Disclaimer. This video, like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language. Content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy. How you doing?
Get hot. You'll want to hear when they call you.
No, I'm saying in the upcoming months. So it's good. That's good.
I could do it. All right. Yeah. Now you'll be right.
Yes. It's the Dr. Greenthumb Show live. YouTube, Twitch, Discord, BREALTV. Hello, I'm Dr. Greenthumb. Also BeReal. Hello. Having my tea. I'm matching with my cup even. It's that kind of day. Look, we're going to be relaunching the BREAL.TV site this month.
Yeah.
So put it on your calendar, Mike. I believe the official launch date is 4/20. We might do a soft launch before 4/20 on it, but yeah, we're going to make it happen. To my right, the iconic one, Eric Big Drum Bobo.
Yeah. Buddy.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Good to be back in the seat.
Missed you Monday, but it's good to have you here.
Yes.
On a hump day. Got to get over the hump.
That's the plan.
That's right. And our special guest in the house with us for the first time, Blacklist.
Yeah.
Yes. Pull your mic closer. There you go.
Okay, yeah, it's my first time doing this too.
There you go.
Yeah, all right.
Nice to meet everybody.
You don't need those headphones for right now.
Thanks for having me today.
Right on.
This is official. This is the first time you've ever debuted yourself to the public, right?
It is. I've had a couple news articles that kind of came out that were a little tabloidish. A lot of speculation in those when they were written, but I just felt like it was probably time to come out and introduce myself to everybody and kind of just give everybody the rundown of why I started the Blacklist and why I do what I do, and actually the whole point of the page.
Right on. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, B-Real.
Up in the treehouse crew, Bolton, Blombo, Bra, and the Dominator.
Up here bicking it, beat, unlike you and Blaze.
Yo.
Look.
Yes, I don't know. This is the boo-boo.
Hey, you hit the. I think you touched the deal. There you go.
I might have to throw that cup away too, B.
We might have to have a conversation after this, Bolton.
You need to talk to this guy.
I might be calling Marbell down here.
I don't think so.
To deal with his father.
Oh man, Marbell love this.
I seen him. He's ripped right now.
Yeah,
Who, Colton?
He will. He will deal with his father.
Man.
Better watch out, Bolton. On the table, the Concentrate King.
What's up, everybody?
Squeezing it off.
Welcome to another Wednesday at the Dr. Greenthumb Show.
Yes. Up and away in my beautiful balloon, says E-Zone. Welcome.
What up, man? The balloons are about to. They made national headlines. It's a recent.
Yeah, no. In England or the UK, they banned them. Yes.
The because of the waste, but
yeah,
they failed to explain that it is because the popularity of nitrous that has surpassed. And speaking of that, I found a tank that I thought I had lost, so now we have 4.
You thought it was lost, now it is found.
It was my lost sheep.
Yeah, shepherded it right back to the flock, huh?
Yep.
Good for you. The hump day. It's good to be back. We're flying around on the other side of the world a day ahead of y'all.
Yep.
And we got 2 Sundays.
That was great.
That was the thing, man. That was the longest Sunday ever.
Yeah, we had the longest Sunday ever.
Word. You left on a Sunday, came back on a Sunday, right?
We left on the end of their Sunday, got back in the middle of our Sunday.
So wild.
Was it Sunday vibe though, man? Because Sunday, the actual day, is a vibe in itself. Like I mean, at least for me, I'm not gonna say like Sunday
Yes.
usually feels like, even from just from waking up, it's like, hey, this is chill.
Both Sundays felt like a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the second Sunday had some jet lag behind it.
Oh, there was some jet lag on Monday and Tuesday too. Let me tell you what.
Man, it took me a minute. I was like wanting to go for a walk, like a 2-mile walk at like 11 at night. Like, all right, I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's do this.
Why not just smoke something?
Well,
and go back to sleep.
I did that too, but it just
It
I
made
was
you
just
want to
up.
walk.
I was just up. I was ready to go. I didn't know what the hell happened.
I want to say that maybe it's because like you're an early bird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have a certain internal clock. So if you have an internal clock and you're used to it, it's like those cravings and that stuff don't go away because you'll be like, oh man, why am I craving food and it's like 2 a.m. here?
What
Or
time?
like, why are you craving certain things?
What time do you knock out, Bobo?
Sometimes I can knock out early at like 10:30.
And what time do you wake up?
Well, if I knock out at 10:30, I'm getting up at like maybe 5.
Jesus.
Or earlier.
Or earlier.
I'll post something.
What are you doing? Morning show radio or something? What the hell are you doing?
I'm always the early bird, as you know.
I mean, you give yourself
tour.
some hours. That's 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
But
You
that's
need
what-
you
that's-
need 7.
Man could successfully run anywhere between, I think it's
At
6
his
to 7
age,
hours.
he needs 7.
making me
At
sound
the
like I'm
least.
old. I'm not that. I'm old.
Hey, look, I'm a couple years behind you. I need 7. At our age, when you hit that nifty 50, you need 7.
Well, RSO has now become my friend,
So is it giving you the 7?
and it's giving me very close to 7 now. Yes.
Okay, you need to get to the 7.
But he's getting
Bobo.
7, right? At 10 to 5. he's
You
getting
know,
7.
How was that? Oh, yeah, I guess.
7.
I guess, but I think he's lowballing.
Yeah,
6
he
to
probably-
7 is enough.
And you
If
definitely
he's
up
talking
earlier.
about 10, I've never seen this guy go to sleep at 10. He goes to
Yeah.
sleep around 11:30.
And he's up earlier because if I post something at 4:30, he's one of the first people that always sees him. Up, Bobo's up.
Well, I'm always the first one up, even on the road.
I used to have his problem.
Yeah.
Even on the
Mine's a
road.
problem. I want to sleep. I just can't.
No, look, I used to run off like 5 hours of sleep.
I do 4, and it's
Yeah.
not good.
It
I
takes
don't brag
it
about
takes
it.
a
yeah.
toll on your body.
I know. Trust me. I'm not happy about it. Like, oh, it's cool.
Your body needs the time to heal up and reset
Yep.
in the night.
This is all
you
true.
guys are talking about it. My phone is telling me that my average time in bed of sleep is 3 hours and 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to get that sleep, girl.
Hey, you need some
Crazy.
RSO.
You need some RSO in your life.
So just spins me up. It just gives me so much energy, just like dabs do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, but the
If I-
thing is, it depends when you take it, because we've noticed that for us, for some reason, it hits us hours later when we do RSO, right? Whether it's 250 or 500 milligrams, it hits us much later, right? I suppose if we hit like the 1,000 milligrams, it would hit us more immediate, but we're trying to like use it for sleep. So my whole shit behind it was, oops, there it go. My whole thing behind it was that I noticed when it hit me, right? So if I took it at 11, it would hit me like 4 in the morning. And then I'd wake up like high as hell.
And like eating everything in your kitchen.
Nah, I don't get that. I'm just really stoned, right?
Right.
So I realized to get the sleep I wanted out of it, I had to take it at like maybe 7 o'clock for it to start hitting around. It hits us at the time where it's like boom, right in the sleep, but it's like it's a gradual climb up to that, so it's not hitting you so heavy in your sleep, right, Bobo?
Right.
There's a difference
There is.
when you take it like that. So maybe try taking it early, and then
Well, I microdose with it all day. I take I'll try to take 1 to 2 grains of rice and just take a gel capsule because I'm a type 1 diabetic, and RSO really helps kind of level out my blood sugar for the day when I remember to take it. One of the things that I think one of the conversations that's actually not being had about THC is we can take more THC if THC has a job to do. So, you know,
Right.
I had a couple of surgeries this last year. It's no secret, and I never once took anything more than a Tylenol. I took, you know, maybe 2 of those, and I just used RSO the whole time. If I took that amount of RSO today that I was taking at post surgery, I like would be talking to Jesus. You know?
Yeah.
It's just like
For
you're
real.
like hallucinating, you know. So I think it's interesting that, you know, one of the conversations you don't really see in the media too much is really how THC works very similar to a pain pill.
Absolutely, because
You know?
pain pills, when you're in a lot
Right.
of pain, you could take 2 or 3 of them and you're not even feeling
And you're not high at all.
And the pain's gone. But if you take those 3 when you're not high, I'm bugging.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
thing with THC.
Straight up.
So when people hear, because, you know, when they give cancer patients, they will literally prescribe the entire syringe. You work your way up to it, but they want you to take the full syringe.
Yeah, they want you to eventually take the 1,000 milligrams.
Correct. And
Yeah.
because your body is in a lot of pain.
But you
and
got to
you're going-
take it in the morning.
Right. Oh, well, probably, you know, regardless, it's the amount, though. It's because your body's in pain. So the THC's working. So it's not just becoming psychoactive. It's actually...
Or they could be taking like quarter doses throughout the day. So by the end of the day, you've taken a full
Very
syringe.
possible. However, they administer
Because
it.
I would imagine, man, unless you got like that crazy tolerance.
Yeah,
like
GF
we-
just did the full syringe.
Like we got mad tolerance, but to do the full syringe,
That's
Yeah.
hardcore.
that's
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Man.
I could do it. I'm just going to be pretty high.
Let's have an
I did.
RSO.
Listen, I did 3/4 of a syringe one day. Like it just happened to me. You know what I mean? I was trying to squeeze it out, and because you know when you keep it refrigerated, it's a little hard to
Yeah.
to get through, right? So I warmed it up slightly, and I hit it too hard, and boom, the whole I took
Too much.
I took all that, and man, the mission I went on was ridiculous. But it felt great. I embraced it. It wasn't like I was afraid of it or anything like that. I
No,
mean,
sometimes like my whole life flashes before my eyes.
but realistically, to do that every day, you have to get used to that, man. And I would imagine the way you get used to that is just doing like the quarters of it throughout the day.
And more, just adding more each
It
time.
depends on your pain, though.
Yeah.
I think if you're in really, really bad pain, maybe you take half of it.
Or the full one.
Or the full.
If you're going through
Well,
real
depends.
bad, if you're going through like bad chemo and you're
Yeah,
that
you
stuff-
might be taking the full one.
Absolutely. And but just talking about that, what's his name? GF's big ass. You got to take the full syringe.
Yeah.
I tried half. I tried full syringe.
It also could do with the
Yeah,
quality
I
too.
could see why he would.
He's a
have
big
to-
boy.
right
but
there.
the quality,
quality, yeah.
the quality could also have a lot to do with it.
True
And then
that.
Back to the whole pain thing. I think it's because none of those Tylenol pills actually target any inflammation. THC and all that stuff has been known to target inflammation. That's why it works a lot well on a lot
Because
of
of-
athletes or like people that actually need
Yeah.
the healing aspect. It actually does something against the
And because our receptors receive that,
Yeah,
they
and-
need that.
And to add on to the RSO thing, I honestly think that one day, maybe not on live because it could get out of control, we should have a RSO off.
Let's go.
Except for not our.
got
we're
plenty.
going to do.
No, I'm not.
selfless
I'm not saying like
spectrum.
purposely to see what up.
No,
just a study
No, I know. I like
Yeah.
we did the microdose. Yeah, of
like we
course.
do with the NOS. Well, I mean, stepped on it, all of us, but not you.
You stepped on it again. Step on it again.
I did not. I swear to God.
No, I
I'm not
said
even
step
moving.
on it
So
again.
you can fix it.
There you go. Boom.
There you go. Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I mean,
What do you
I think if we did 250s though,
That'll be fun.
you
Definitely.
can't do like no 500s because
No,
y'all
we
will
can't
be
go
out.
all
of it.
in. It
But
doesn't-
are we not doing any other product too? Because like that's
No,
what
we'll be
it is.
smoking,
yeah, that's
too.
what I'm saying. So I mean, you got to factor all that in.
Well,
Yeah.
see that's the thing because
Right.
when I do it, like when I pop my RSO,
Right.
I'm still smoking. It's
Yeah.
not
Right.
like I stop. Like, oh, I'm gonna just be high off this.
But
Nah.
let's be real. You smoke a lot less, right? When my edibles hit me hard, I don't smoke as much.
Well, see, I use my RSO for sleep, so I'm not smoking in my sleep.
Oh yeah, I'd take it in the morning.
you-
It's so funny. I take RSO in the morning too, and edibles like 20 milligrams of edibles.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
out. Like I'm out for a good 6 hours. It's crazy that only
Damn,
20.
that little?
That little, and I smoke all day. I do SRO
Yeah, 'cause
all day. I
your
dab
edible
all day.
tolerance has nothing to do with your
Right.
smoking tolerance.
So
Yeah.
yeah, because the edible is like healing your body. That's getting your body high. Where this is affecting your head.
Yeah, this
One
is
thing-
affecting your head
Yeah,
immediate.
immediately.
What
One's
about
processed through your liver and one's through your lungs. So they're different highs. And the one through your liver, I forgot how much more psychoactive it is once it goes through your
Oh,
liver.
it's crazy because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
going through your blood system.
That's right.
well, what
and
about
and it's staying
Yep.
slightly longer.
what about RSO and Hero mushroom chocolates.
Oh, I got more for us.
Why you're
you
trying
hear
to
that?
you're trying to
Together.
crossfade?
Aristocrat over
Crossfade.
here.
Why are you trying to crossfade?
Dude, that's
Is that wrong?
I mean, listen.
Not wrong.
My theory is that you're not even going to feel the RSO when you're on
Yeah.
the mushrooms. It's like smoking weed on mushrooms. You taste it, but you don't necessarily feel it.
I just read up on Hero bars too, by the way. Bang bang.
All right.
Load it up.
So I'm just asking, as an extremist, like
oh my
what
God.
what
you know what?
that was.
Save your extreme.
What happens? You know what I mean? If you just like mix it up.
I think
you know what
You
It
going
just-
somewhere. That's where
But-
you're going.
Bobo wants to go
You're
places.
going somewhere, bro.
realistically taking that, his theory into account, like making it accountable. It probably will be a little bit of the best of both worlds because RSO hits us or people like us on a way where we actually feel it, in a way where it's a moderate high per se as compared to the regular person because that's enough for
yeah.
us to feel something.
Right.
So it would be like smoking weed, but actually getting high, and then doing the mushrooms, which is probably something we both haven't achieved in a while.
I still don't think you would feel the weed.
You feel
I think because
if
the
we did
psychoactive effect of the mushrooms, you're too wrapped in that to feel any of the weed. I think you taste it because your palate's still there.
You know what, Bobo? I think we're gonna have to try it and just see what happens.
I think the weed waits. I think the weed like hangs out in the background and lets you have your trip, and then
I mean, would you try?
You might be high as
so
when you get off.
No,
yeah.
because I'm not gonna divulge too much information about myself, but I'm just maybe comparing it to some other experiences in life
Right.
where you mix up some substances and like one of them just kind of hangs out until
Right.
the other one wears off, and I feel like kind of weed would be the same way. I don't really fuck with mushrooms because being a type 1 diabetic, you learn a lot of interesting things that other people don't learn. So our brains burn a mass amount of glucose when you're taking mushrooms, and that drops my blood sugar. And so I sit there for like 2 hours trying to stay alive while everybody else is having a good time.
We're trying to
And-
stay alive too,
Yeah,
by the way.
and
sometimes.
and it goes back to the whole like drink orange juice when you're doing mushrooms.
Yeah.
The reason you drink orange juice is so you're feeding your brain that sugar that it needs to continue to burn that glucose.
Yeah.
People don't realize that
they
that's
think
why
it's
they're doing it.
they think it's enhancing the
They're high.
psychedelic trip,
It's not.
but it's feeding the glucose.
Where it's feeding your glucose.
Yeah.
So I mushrooms is actually where I have to.
Draw the line.
Yeah, for health reasons, you got to be smart.
What she said though, and I thought about it. I was like, you know what, that it makes a lot of sense because when I was doing coke, like before,
Hey,
like
we
for
all-
real, like when I was partying,
You said it. I did it.
yeah, I mean,
So
it's not
smooth.
no secret. I'm like, it's almost, we quit a long time ago, but nonetheless, I would always wonder, and we would in the midst of a soccer game, I'd be like, yo, bro, do you feel like nothing hits? Like, and there was times where I'm like, all right, I think I should be able to level it out if I take like 1,000 milligram edible, and then we're gonna just feel normal. You're not gonna feel too much of the rush. Dude, it did not happen that way. Once the rush and everything was done with the upper, the edible brownie was like, "Oh, we didn't even make it through the door. What's up?" and then it hits almost not more intense, but she's right about the other high kicking it in the back. It's like you show up and you're like, "Yo, there's a fight going on in the bar.
Yeah.
Let's wait till it's over."
Yeah.
and then the edible walks in. It's like, "Yo, we're here to calm everything down." And it hits. I'm just saying. I mean, I no longer do coke anymore, but still, I remember
Good
that.
for you.
It's going on 8 months,
Right.
baby.
Yes,
All right.
sir. Good
Hell
job,
yeah.
bro.
Listen,
We're all proud of you.
You
for
got to
that, man.
celebrate that, Papa.
It gets a year, bro. We can have a balloon
Yeah,
party.
stay off that. Stay off that. I feel like the orange juice does the same thing for you with cannabis though, because when you get dehydrated, obviously, right, and you got to rehydrate. They constantly tell you to drink water, but I think also it brings your sugar level down too, to a degree.
Right.
So I think orange juice is it
It's
is
good.
good. with
Listen,
weed.
bro,
It
ecstasy
tastes
and-
good for sure when you got dry
Ecstasy and
mouth.
orange juice, they went like peas and carrots too. You always see people.
Me, I'm strictly champagne, water, and tequila shot every once in a while.
Oh.
You want a tequila shot right now?
I mean, if we're all gonna do,
I'll do one with you because I owe one, and I would do one with you to not allow you to do it by yourself. You should not let friends drink alone.
That's right.
Well, we should celebrate. This is my
Yes.
coming out party.
Yeah, so tell us a little about Blacklist. What
Yeah,
made
get
you
closer to the mic.
started, and tell us a little bit to people who don't know what Blacklist is. Give them a little information about what you do.
So I don't know. I'm kind of second generation stoner. My dad drove to Florida in 1979 and conceived me on a trip of picking up 40 pounds on the way back to Missouri. And,
Oh boy.
She was conceived on a run.
yeah, yep,
dope.
1,000%. And I've always been a stoner. I've been a stoner my whole life. I've always also had a professional career. I was a stockbroker for Merrill Lynch up until the recession, and so I went on vacation and went into my first legal dispensary, and I went home and I sold everything I owned in a 3-day estate sale, and I moved to where there was legal weed because I was like, oh my gosh, I get to live my life. I get to be out of the closet. I get to be a stoner. Like the air smells like weed here. This is home.
Where did you come from?
So I'm born and raised in the only state that represents both the East Coast and the West Coast. So St. Louis. I was born in St. Louis. and
Missouri.
Raised in Kansas City.
Dope.
Yep. Go Chiefs.
Right on.
And so I ended up moving up to Montana and got hired as the marketing director there for a big dispensary group who was, they were vertically integrated. They were franchising in a state when that wasn't really allowed. So
Was
they
it
had
the
like
Dutton family?
Huh?
The Dutton
Yeah, it was the Dutton
the
family. That's
Dutton.
exactly who it was.
Yellowstone OG.
And they did a great job. They had 12 stores, close to 22% market share in the state. But Montana had a very unique situation going on. They were working under an injunction, so all the time we were kind of waiting for the court to come and say what they were going to say about the program, because Montana was one of the first states that the Department of Justice came in and overturned the voter law. That the voters said that they wanted
legal cannabis.
They wanted legal cannabis, and the numbers grew so fast. It was like 35,000 patients or something, and then the Department of Justice was like, whoa. It's way too many people smoking weed here. And so they filed an injunction against the law, and then there was an organization that went and fought against the Department of Justice. And so Montana was always this kind of unique situation. And then in 2016, the state Supreme Court ruled against the dispensary model and decided that we had to close all of our shops. And a provider could only provide medicine to 3 patients. And once the state called that, we became the target because we were the largest in the state, and we were one of the last federal raids in 2016 under the Obama administration. And they just came in and dismantled our business. They undid the law, and then they rewrote the law based upon the business model that we had set up. And so in Montana,
So they poached the idea.
Yeah, they poached the idea, and it was a money grab, and it took them 3 days to tear things out. But we were not out of compliance. I mean,
Right.
the state of Montana even testified in court that we were in compliance.
So the state was on your guys.
Was on our side. We were fully licensed. So I mean, this became a big deal, and this is going to turn it. This is going to lead somewhere. So stay with me. So we raised 25,000 signatures. I immediately went to work to try to do some advocacy to overturn what the state Supreme Court was going to do. But ultimately, we got raided. They made an example out of us, and we had 5 indictments. So it was 2 of the owners, our chef, our general manager, and another one of the brothers who didn't work there. And only one guy got prison time. He got like 18 months, got out early. Everybody else got 3 years probation, early release. But at the time, I was married to the owner of this business. I had gotten married to the head grower, the owner. And so when his indictment came up, we immediately filed it for dismissal under the Cole memo, which has never gotten anybody off of any charges, just so everyone is very clear. And so we filed for dismissal, and we actually beat 3 of the 4 charges immediately, but it was the 4th charge that we couldn't get rid of, which was running a drug premise, because these extraction labs are considered to be clandestine, and they are defined as hash.
Yep.
And hash is not marijuana.
Nope.
And this is going to become a very big issue. And people really, this is something that people really need to pay attention to. So my husband's case at the time was the precedent-setting case in the Ninth Circuit that was going to change the definition of hash to marijuana because that's what we were fighting for. We were a state, we were state licensed to have an extraction lab. We were not violating any rules. We were not outside of our numbers. We were not trafficking. All of the people that, you know, said all this shit to the newspaper, they were all lying, which ties into why I started the Blacklist, because fuck the media. These people lie, they lie. Like I want to tell the truth. I want to talk about what's really going on and not what the DEA is feeding these.
Yeah, they're all in somebody's pocket. Yeah.
Right. So my husband's case was a big deal. We were taking this case to the Ninth Circuit. And at that time, Blacklist had really started to get some traction. And I went up, Berner and I got in touch with each other. It was over Social Club TV.
Yeah.
It was when Social Club TV and the whole thing was coming out. And we went up there to talk to Berner about Social Club TV. And we were sitting at a Mexican restaurant, eating some chips and salsa, and I started talking about my husband's case. All right. And I had said that I started a GoFundMe. I am not the kind of person that would ever ask anybody for anything whatsoever. He asked me for the link. I said, that's great. I shared it with him. I never expected anything. I woke up the next morning and Berner had shared the link on his page, or the GoFundMe, you know, on his page, and donated $5,000. And I was so grateful. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, you know? And ultimately we raised about $22,000 to take, you know, my ex-husband's case to the circuit court.
Awesome.
The reason that Berner and I's beef started was because he thought that this $5,000 that he donated towards my husband's GoFundMe bought him immunity from the Blacklist page for the rest of my time, right? Like, and that's not how the page works. You know, I don't get paid to post stories. People who DM me about a brand, you know, and they're upset about a brand, sure, you know, at the beginning when the page started and what it is today are just two totally different things. You know, Instagram's changed their terms of service and the content that the followers demand has changed. And making it better and making it more informational about what's happening currently is so important to me right now. But going back to the Berner thing, it was like, we just had this beef, you know, and I honestly, I can sit here right now and tell you that I adore Berner. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a little sensitive, but you know, him calling me an extortionist, he was, you know, he was having a bad day. It is what it is. You know, there was a story about the New York, you know, licensing thing. You know, I understand why he wouldn't want that on, you know, the street in New York, and people thinking he was, you know, behind them not being able to get licensed. So, you know, ultimately, like I feel like all of these little beefs that kind of come up, no matter how big or small, always get handled. And you know, down to good stories of, you know, having
and you guys like squashed all that too.
Oh, we squashed it totally. Yeah. Like, I mean, I like I said, I just have the utmost love and respect for Berner. I wish, you know, I do wish that I do think that Cookies could have been more successful had they had more control over their QC from state to state. Rather than just, you know, selling the name. That's kind of my only thing with them is just that they didn't really manage their quality control from state to state. They found a grower, they found a place, they threw their strains in it. And then, you know, they had issues in the state, and that ultimately, you know, I think had an effect on the brand as a whole. But at the end of the day, they're number one in the space.
Yeah, for sure.
They're number one in the space. I mean,
absolutely.
And so you love them or hate them. Like when people come to town, that's where we're going. I mean, you know, like, and so I have a lot of love and a lot of respect for Berner. And I think that the beef that we've had has been entertaining at best. So
yeah, people got to see some back and forth for various
love the drama. They love the drama. They'd much rather.
People love the drama. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that shot now though.
Yeah, let's do the shot.
Yeah.
Hey, here's to killing drama right here.
Hell yeah. Salud with this. Dang.
Oh,
Cheerios.
I got to click. Everybody.
Excellent.
There we go.
So, I mean, that's kind of a long story to get to like a couple different points. Blacklist was started because we had a CI that was our pre-roller. And he got caught with a crack pipe or a meth pipe or something outside of work, and they put a wire on him and sent him into our business. And this was around the same time that Sweet Leaf was getting taken out in Colorado, where they were getting us for overweight. But like this guy worked there. He came in, he picked up a QP, he took it across the desk because that's how we kept inventory, and he went upstairs and rolled a quarter pound of joints and then brought it back downstairs and checked it back in and pocketed the money that the DEA gave him. And that got them the warrant to come in. Like it was just stupid.
So basically, the creation of Blacklist was to tell the truths on a lot of these things
Yes.
that were happening
Absolutely.
in the times you were experiencing them. Because obviously the press that was available, they weren't jumping on your side for nothing.
No, absolutely
Just
not.
creating anti-propaganda and
1,000%.
and using you as an example.
And we were 2 years before California.
Yeah.
And so here comes, 2018 legalization in California. And I mean, I should be at 1 million followers had Instagram not deleted me 18 times.
They kill our cannabis related accounts. That, like all of us that are in the cannabis industry, they definitely punish Facebook, Meta, whatever, and Instagram, because they're all owned by one company. They absolutely shit on the cannabis community. It's ridiculous. So that's why it's important for things like the Blacklist to be available, man, so that you could get some real information somewhere.
Well, and I'll tell you the other reason that, as Blacklist is, been around, I mean, it's evolved into something completely different than what it was. And it's the only media page right now that actually talks to the black market. And everyone's like, oh, gosh, the black market. The reason that that's important is that that's $130 billion market that's just kind of sitting there and they're mad at it and blaming it. Well, I'm trying to capture it. Like, I want to capture that market. Okay. Like I want to capture the consumer because I'm for the consumer. So bringing the consumer information, because at the end of the day, the market right now, it sits at about an 80-20, 80% black market, 20%, legal. That's going to flip. When federal legalization happens, I don't think people really fully understand the enforcement that the federal government is going to reinforce when federal legalization happens, and they're going to make examples out of, as many people as they can until they scare everybody really bad. But these big corporations that are coming out of Florida and the shareholders that are behind them, this is real money. These are real resources. This is the thing that we have been warning everybody about from the very, very beginning. And so, for me, it's really important that we close that gap of information from the black market consumer to the legal customer, because everybody hears different things and wherever they're getting their news source, and every word has a different definition, and they're really tricking us right now, and they're doing it on purpose. And it's what's coming. I'm going to say by the end of this year, we're going to see a major, major change, and you're going to be either with them or you're going to be out of business.
Yeah. Well, they'll lock
Either you have market share and they're coming for you to be your partner and invest in your business, or you're going to be out of business.
True that.
that's what's happening.
That's been the plan the whole time.
The whole time.
Sure. We all knew that was coming.
You know what
It's just a
change
matter
I
of
heard
when.
is coming, Be Real?
What's that?
I heard prices gonna start going back up.
They are.
They are.
100%.
Yeah, like I started tripping out on that, and I had a lot of
Shit.
friends hit me up. They're like, "Hey, is this true?" I'm just like, "Hey,
Yes,
bro,
it's true.
chill. I'm gonna talk to the Godfather of weed on the show."
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
ask
I mean,
him so.
going-
But
It's all a part of the flush.
Well, right now, like if you guys seen the article, I think it was 800 and something licenses that, because you guys, I don't know if people know, you have provisional licenses, you have annual licenses, and a lot of these provisionals, how many was it? 600.
It's like 6,000. Let me
that
look.
many? Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Let me look.
there was a ton, basically a good percentage of licenses are not going to renew, which means
6,000.
That-
how much?
6,000.
I don't even think there was even 6,000 licenses.
71% of the cultivation licenses are up for renewal in March in California.
Was there
not
even
renew.
6,000 cultivation licenses in California? I don't even think so. That was-
50%. They're provisional. It's the provisional licenses.
I would
That's way too many.
I would imagine that would cause it's important. One thing that you guys do is you provide a non-biased like feed. You know what I mean? It's like you don't just side with anybody. It's just like, hey, this happened. I don't care who's in charge of this company. This shit needs to be up there. And it's like at some point when you're doing journalism out there, you kind of have to have that there, because people. At the end of the day, every company exists because any company that provides a service or a product, you wouldn't be there without your consumers.
Right.
So
True
they,
that.
they deserve to really find out what's going on,
Yeah.
whether that's in the black market or not. And then when your black market stories are just about to go up, because if anybody thinks that all these people with this overabundance of weed are just finna kick back, nah, these sessions finna be popping up out of the blue. It's gonna be a whole lot of black market activity going up.
But I'll tell you what, there's the black market also is taking a hit.
It is. Well, absolutely. All those pack prices, they were down on the black market.
But there's
down.
there's more accessibility to the black market. That's the crazy thing about it.
It's never going to go away.
It's never going to go away.
Of course
I
not.
mean, let's just say that off the top.
She was just saying that 80-20 is going to change.
Like, and it'll eventually flip.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The other way.
Like, they're going to make sure of it.
It will. Yeah, because if you're not paying your taxes and you're not doing it, they're going to put you in jail.
Well, here's the thing, right? And I've said this for a long time. Most especially to our taxes here in California as it relates to cannabis. None of the big companies in cannabis here in California have gotten together to create a lobby group to go lobby those taxes down.
That's the fastest way to have the Fed show right up at your door.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but what's going to happen is the corporations that are coming to invest in cannabis that have that money to do that, and the political connections, they're going to come lobby that down. And this is a part of the wash. They're just waiting for as many companies to go out of business or to sell their licenses to them before they come do this. Right now, it doesn't benefit them to come and spend the money to bring the taxes down for their benefit.
Right. Yeah, but when it's for their benefit.
But when
when they're involved, you'll see them go down.
When enough of the flush has happened where people are going out of business, they need a rope, or they want a buyout or a partnership, these guys are going to come in and fill that void.
It's even bigger than that, be real. I mean, February of this year is really when a lot of the money in play, like a lot of the money went into play, and it's all happening really in Canada. And the big tobacco companies just bought the only 7 FDA-approved vapes. So there's only 7.
Yeah.
And Big Tobacco owns all of them. So, right now they're making it look like, oh, we're kind of going in through the back door of the smoke shop. That's kind of the vulnerability of our industry is the smoke shop. And they're making it look like it's all about this like nicotine, that's coming out of China and it's unsafe. They're going to regulate that. All that is a backdoor right into our cannabis vape market.
Yep.
And, it's going to come down to, do you have a FDA approved vape device?
Right.
That reads who you are off of your phone to make sure that you're not underage.
Right. All that.
These people are crazy.
Yeah.
That's so expensive. That's just so expensive to produce.
But they got the money for
They got the money.
I know, but
They
I'm
do.
just saying though, just for a pen though. man.
Listen, to corner the market, they'll do that. To make money, you got to spend money.
Yeah, and hundreds of
guess
billions
that's why packaging-
worldwide.
And if you want to wipe everybody else's ass out, that's how you do it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Because no one else could keep up with the dollars spent to do that.
True that.
The technology that's involved in
And the
everything
tobacco
else.
companies, that money is just like
The regulations and all the fees and fines and all the rest and the payoffs,
You know
the
what's
greasing
funny,
of the
though?
wheel.
Is like we're the only state that is really going to feel all these changes because we're like the only ones that have had all this freedom.
Oh my
do
God.
Whatever we want for all this time, So, I mean, like Missouri, they don't know really what legalization.
It's
really
new
looks
to
like.
them.
It's new to them, right?
It's new to them.
It's really new to like North Carolina. So like all these states are going to like come online when federal legalization does, and they're not going to know any different.
No, they still have all the learning curves to deal with.
Yep.
Whereas Colorado and California have been like treading through it and dealing with the ups and downs. California, mainly the ups and downs.
Yeah, Colorado did a way better job
They did
than we did.
Yes, they did
Way
a
better
much
job.
better job.
100%.
And it's a shame
Right. Because we could have done
because we could have done if
Absolutely.
the city had done the right thing
Right.
and got the right people on their staff and not just relied on the people they have that don't know shit about the industry, I think we would have been a lot better off. But, again, politicians are involved. It's never going to be on our side.
Hell no. It's going to be for big business only.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's who's their donors.
You
That
basically-
puts them in office.
If you want to be in the game, you're going to have to play their game or
right.
get the fuck out.
Yep. You'll be bought out or you're done. That's it. Or pushed out. Bought out or-
Not everybody will get bought out.
Yeah.
There'll
No,
be,
that's what I mean,
there'll
or
be an
pushed out.
opportunity to
Right.
get bought out if you want to be bought out and
Right.
say, you know what, I'm done with this shit right
Yeah.
now. I'm doing something else. But or they may just let you just
Right, or merger and acquisition, which is fine. I mean,
Yeah.
like you can stay running your company. They just want to buy in. Like that's all. That's all good. They just want to own their.
or they might
competition.
just let you die off.
Well, that's the thing. If you don't have the brand, that's what I'm saying. If you don't have that brand,
Well, because
you will die
here's
off.
the thing, right? It's like running for president, right? Campaigning. you got to have a lot of money to keep up with the guy who has a lot of money to spend on his campaign. All the promo, all the marketing, all the things, right? So you're going to have to compete with that when all these other companies come in that got that kind of revenue that
Disposable revenue.
outspend any of you
Yeah.
to try to keep up with them.
Absolutely. And their business plans are affected. They'll have enough money where they're willing to be in the red for 5 years.
And that's the tobacco, that's
yeah.
the
Alcohol,
pharmaceutical.
too, don't get wrong,
and-
Budweisers and all them, all the
Yes.
big money people, the big pharma, big whoever.
And maybe motherfuckers you ain't seen yet.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Behind the scenes, big money, but fuck.
Oh no, you can go down any rabbit hole you want. They all lead to one place.
Right.
They all lead to one very specific place.
Yeah.
Any rabbit hole you want to go down, whether
Yeah.
it's the airline business, whether it's the pharmaceutical business, whether it's the financial industry.
It comes to one thing.
It comes
for
to
sure.
one word, and then they bought the other company,
Yeah.
and they try to act like they're separate, but they're not.
Yeah. That's the reality of
That's
it.
the reality of it. That's totally the reality of it.
And obviously you can't really get information like that out there. Like enough people don't research and do the diligence and see what the industry actually really is. They look at it from the outside and see it as an investment. And when they come and try to invest, boom, the investment gets swallowed the fuck up. And they're like, what happened? I thought I was gonna.
Yeah.
It's like,
Talk to him like Joe Pesci.
you better map this shit out right.
I don't know. I always thought that cannabis was a 5-year exit strategy. It's like Kylie Jenner's brand. She ran it up to $1 billion brand in 5 years and then sold. I kind of always felt like cannabis was that same way. It was like run it up in 5 years and know that you're going to sell. I mean, if I were going to invest in the cannabis industry right now, that hemp creek and lime construction, that's the future.
You want to know something funny though, right? As that's everybody coming in, the 5-year out.
Right.
The people that were in it before any of them came in, they were like not thinking 5-year out. They're thinking, this is my business, this is my company, this is what I build.
1,000%.
I'm not going to sell in 5 years. What are you talking about?
That's me. We're almost 5 years, and we're just getting started.
So when you think about it, there's two different cultures right now in the one industry. And right now, the original culture where it's like, this is my business. I don't want to sell it in 5 years. I know what it's going to be capable of. But without that finance that comes from them, it doesn't get to the full potential.
100%.
You have
need
to
that
keep
money.
You have to keep investing whatever your profit is back into your business, and you're constantly chasing that.
And the problem is I'll be real. I don't have like investors, so I have to put everything we make goes back. And the problem is, if you don't have the money these people have, you can only grow at a certain rate, because every time you do more volume, you need more packaging, more employees, more space, which means your overhead is going up with your sales. So if you don't have you don't have a choice but to do that. And the problem is you get left behind, because another company who's got 10 mil to blow, they don't have my problems. They could just keep adding SKUs, keep doing this, and they don't feel it.
You're pretty much, in a box, because this money can't go anywhere else but back into itself.
And it's not enough
to
grow at the rates they're growing.
Right.
How about that?
You could sustain and
That's
keep going and maintaining.
But my growth rate is minimal compared to the people who have that huge money behind it.
And that's
sucks. It is what it is. It is what it is.
But
But
it is right there. And that's what this industry is becoming. And it's those two cultures. One is slowly but surely getting pushed out.
Yeah, but like that first culture that you're talking about, like the industry people. I mean, it was a horrible day when I was up in Oroville, and one of these legacy growers looks at me and says they really tricked us with Prop 64, and it's like last year, and I'm like, you're just now figuring that out. Like I'm sorry, and they thought it was going to be forever, right? And they grow amazing weed, and it's horrible what they've done to the NorCal grower. But the companies like the Jungle Boys and the Dr. Greenthumbs and the cookies. I mean, you guys have such a huge market share that they come knock on your door and they're like, hey, how much for you to go get on your yacht and your helicopter and smoke whatever weed you want to smoke for the rest of your life, and just give us your name, and out the door you go. I mean, everyone is eventually going to have a price.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be available to anybody that can stand strong through the fucking wash.
I mean, look at what's happening to Josh at Raw Papers right now. Same exact situation. I mean, when you really look at that lawsuit, what did they do? They silenced him. They said you can't say this or you can't say that. It's crazy, and that he's fighting big tobacco because he's turned down 3 of their offers, and now they're just suing him to take his company.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah,
either.
that's big tobacco and that's big money. So
And that's a hard fight because again, they got the money.
You got the
Right.
like
to
you think
fight
he got
you.
money. That's
They got the money to squash you down.
That's right.
Like I know that companies like Raw, and even let's just say Roar Bongs, for instance, they had to deal with several lawsuits dealing with trademark infringements. People like trying to infringe on their brands and stuff like this, right? So imagine, like they got money to throw at stuff like that because they're the biggest in our industry. But when big tobacco comes and starts throwing their money at you,
You ain't got a chance.
I mean, you ain't got a chance.
That's years of people's abuse.
They could bleed you the fuck out.
And not even know they lost any money.
And it's a drop in the
Nothing.
bucket.
Drop in the bucket.
Drop in the well. Sorry. Drop in the well.
Word
Fuck a
up.
bucket.
True that.
And that's the shit you got to deal with when all that comes in. So it's
That's the reason a lot of you don't see the tobacco brand popping up, every year like you do in any other business.
No, they
That
don't-
shit is
there's no- you
regulated
can't.
down to the T. You
well.
know?
Let's
getting into that game?
be
Yeah.
1 million, right? The politicians want this industry
Yeah.
because they know that this is, revenue that
Billions
just
and billions.
if done right.
Yeah.
So yeah, they want to take it from the people that started it, like anything else. It all leads down to one, just like you said.
Oh, yeah, one person, one company. It all leads to that company. It's just crazy, and it's sad because the people that are writing the laws and the people that are writing these regulations, they don't know anything about weed, and it's like that's for me, like
None. Yeah.
for me as a professional and as an advocate in our industry, that's where I would like to fill in. It's like, let me go teach these people about how they need to write these laws so that it applies to the consumer. But you just have to wonder sometimes, like, if they even care.
No, they don't. They just want to bleed our industry, because if they were smart, they would have took, all the top people in our industry and like created a group with them, like to help run this in, just
The Russian
for
tech.
California purposes. Here in California, get the right people involved that know the industry so that you could,
Real consultants, yeah.
yeah, like so that they can consult them in how this industry is done.
Actually done.
Actually
Right.
done,
Not on
because
your
they
paper.
got no clue.
Right.
And they want to make money off this industry, and they have, but the way that they have it is that they for the operator, and even if you're totally vertical, it's hard to make a profit on anything because of the taxes and the regulations and all the hoops you got to jump through and all that shit right there. Like if they made it profitable for not only the actual operator, they would see more money in the long run. But they don't care because they're flushing that out for the big money that's coming through the corporation.
Well, it's just funny. There's like a lot of banking going on for an industry that's not allowed to have banking.
Yeah,
Right.
Like, how are they moving all of this money?
We get raped
You
by
know.
that too. That's something that people don't talk about. Like what these banks are charging us is insane. Like in a normal bank, as you know, you put money in it, you're getting interest on your money, you're getting this. Not a cannabis account. You're paying, and most of them $800 a month, $700 a month just in fees. Then a lot of them charge you a 1% to 2% cash fee. Okay, so if you're a company that puts $100,000 a month, you're paying an extra $1,000 a month on just a cash fee. Then you're going to pay the pickup fees because they don't have locations. You got to have a driver come pick them up back and forth. So you're getting charged like some people are paying, I don't know, $100,000. You're running millions of dollars through their account, and it's costing you 100,000 to bank. How backwards is that? If that was Chase and a regular, you'd be making money. Your money's earning interest. No, it's costing you to bank. That's the bullshit part too. They're just because a lot of them are credit unions and stuff because that's the ones who are actually allowed, like they're state, not federal, as if that's what it is. But they're just gouging because they know they can. They don't
It's
have
a racket,
to do that.
I tell you.
It
It's
is
a racket.
It's scummy.
It's a hell of a racket.
It is. We get robbed just on that too. No, I want to talk about a racket. A $43,000 Gucci teddy bear. What do you think about that?
What?
Yeah, new Gucci teddy bear. $43,000 for a Gucci backpack.
What does it look like though?
I don't know. Can you pull it up?
There
Oh,
is-
there it is. Okay. all
yeah,
right.
I could see
When
this.
you say teddy bear, that's a little bit different.
I could see this selling out though.
Yeah, of course it is. People with money, bro.
Oh, my
Are you
God.
nuts.
Okay, but does it have are those real stones on there, or what is that? Like, is it just
If it's 30 racks, it better be some real stones.
43.
33 racks, okay. 43.
Probably some Swarovski. No, 43.
If it's 43, yeah.
43.
43 racks, it better be real stones.
it better be that
Probably
crystal?
crystal.
Yeah.
Swarovski crystal.
Yeah, Swarovski
Yeah,
crystals.
exactly. Definitely.
Because
That's
really,
crazy.
you're not paying for the crystals, you're paying for the name.
You sure are. That bag probably costs no more than $1,000 to make top.
Half those bears are going to Asia. Guarantee it.
Listen, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you is right.
Oh, okay.
Now go low.
It's not
gold
just a
inside.
bear. It's a bag.
Yeah, it's a bag. Okay.
Oh yeah,
fucking
it
bag.
said it was a bag. Yeah, it's a bag, not just
It's a
the thing.
big.
Oh
big.
no, man.
I
Even
mean,
Nice
worse
bag.
for me. It's a nice big, but no. Okay, I see.
That one looks nice,
I mean, really?
but not 33, 43.
43
Need
racks.
that?
No.
Really?
Hell
Just
no.
can't even imagine.
You'll see people rocking them.
People will.
You guys should have got me that when you went to Australia.
Should we have?
Bro, Bolton, you couldn't even get a fucking boomerang. Now you want a $43,000 teddy bear? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you
You
got to
guys-
make up for that.
You make some pretty big asks.
Yeah, right?
I should have brought you one of those snakes they had out there.
I seen you snaked up. What the fuck was that about?
Yeah, man. No,
Somebody brought one back or something?
Man, no, I basically they had the zoo. They brought the zoo back there. I don't know if you went back there.
I did not.
Saw that or
the zoo's
Sin,
everywhere.
but I
not.
did, and I saw all the stuff that they had. They had like the bearded dragon. They had this like leafy praying mantis
Could
thing.
you fight a kangaroo?
No, there was
said
no
a zoo.
kangaroo.
There was no roo.
kangaroo.
They
There
can't
was no
bring them
roo.
The
kangaroos
zoo.
backstage.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
said
not
the
a
zoo.
If they ain't got a roo.
Insects and
Oh,
reptiles.
reptiles.
Yeah, reptiles
Okay,
and
not
things.
just the general zoo.
Bobo.
Right.
No
I
more
have the-
marsupials, son.
I have the most important question that I was wondering because I saw it in the comments, so I wasn't the only one that thought of where the hell was Be Real or Send Dog throughout this? How come you're the only one that is? There's footage of you with the bugs and all
He
that
just
stuff.
told you I didn't go. He said,
What do you mean? It's a Cypress Hill concert. Aren't you backstage too?
Yeah, but I don't fuck
did-
with reptiles.
He didn't have any interest of any of that.
No, I don't handle.
Be real,
That mantis is
I don't
gang.
handle
If you-
snakes.
If you had to sacrifice one of those, you wouldn't think about it twice. But
Yes, that's
all right, but
That's true.
yeah, but you're not gonna hold an animal's nature, dude.
One, I didn't give 2 shits. 2, I didn't give 3 shits.
So what were they doing? I just want to know, just for
You know,
Context.
they were just chilling.
We were just chilling.
They were just chilling. I happened to like walk down the hall.
Yeah, he just happened to walk.
And
It's
then-
not like it was a thing.
And then because I didn't know that this was happening.
They didn't come for you guys. It wasn't.
No.
No,
Oh, all right.
no,
I thought
no,
they
no.
had just brought it like, yo, Cypress Hill. Thought it would be cool.
I don't know what the fuck these things were doing at a concert.
What
man,
the
to
thing?
be
Yeah,
honest
that's
with you.
that was my question too.
Like, who
It was like-
brings a praying mantis,
That's
a
Australia
snake,
for you, bro.
and something to a concert?
Look,
that price on the praying mantis went up after.
it was a
Sure.
big giant room. They had a dingo dog, which is traditional to Australia. They're pretty
And they're vicious
They're
dogs.
vicious dogs.
Dingo ate you, baby.
So there was a
Dingo
dingo
will kill you.
dog.
Yeah.
There was a white snake. There was like a couple of snakes.
Here we go
I was just
again.
gonna say.
on my own.
Okay.
I only thought it was about that car in the video.
And then there was this praying mantis. I made the praying mantis dance.
Oh, you made it dance.
I made
huh?
it dance.
Would you tickle his balls? I guess.
I made it dance.
Did you
No,
play
the
a rhythm?
No,
No, this is
the,
a little kung fu move.
no, a female. This is a praying mantis that is a female that doesn't need a male to reproduce. Reproduces about 250 eggs all by herself.
She plows herself.
No, she just doesn't need a dude.
She don't need a dude. She ain't need a man.
Self-plowing mantis.
You know what I mean? So you had that, and then the bearded dragon. So I walked into it because I saw these people. They said, "Oh, you want to check it out?" I said, "All right." And I'm with Evan, and I said, "Yeah, let's go check it out here. I got some snakes." So Evan, Bobby, and me.
You got a bearded dragon on your head.
Yeah. So I went in there, and needless to say, those snakes, man. One of the snakes wanted to go up my jacket. I was
You wanted
freaking
to
out.
bite your nipples, son.
Hold up. I says, hold up. I'll be running out this motherfucker.
Well, they look for the warmth, and I'm sure that like under your jacket, it's warm. That's why they.
Bobo be warm. Know what I'm saying? I'd be warm,
no,
baby.
it wasn't gonna happen. If he would have made it up to my shirt, up to my jacket sleeve, oh man, I would have lost it right there.
You
That
would have
thing would have
screamed.
been dead.
You would have screamed, son.
You're not
Oh,
killing
high
that
pitch.
snake.
High pitch.
High pitch Bobo.
High pitch.
Yeah,
Yipe! I would have been yipe.
Was the snake bigger than you? Because I'll tell you right now.
There it is.
Yo, the
All right.
snake was fucking big.
All right, so I've had a
big
snake
enough.
slightly big, like no, maybe like a little bit way bigger than that.
A little bit way bigger than
Yeah,
that.
like
What the
looking
fuck
at it,
is that?
it looked bigger from right here, but I want to say like 3 times that size. And the moment this thing wrapped around my leg, I knew that no matter how hard I smack this shit's head, I'm not winning that fight.
Now,
Why would you smack its head? I'm not
'cause,
trying to
yo,
break its
okay,
neck.
so this
Don't
thing,
smack it.
they look. No, I'm just saying it was a moment of panic. They look for the moment of warmth,
Yeah.
or like the place of warmth, and it started wrapping around my leg. And this thing is big. It's like as big, maybe like 2 times my arm. And just started gripping, and I was like, "Oh, dude, call the handler, get him off of me," because this. I felt the power of nature
well,
at that
see,
moment.
that's why I asked. I says, what happens if it gets, if it wraps around and chokes you? And dude says, well, if you feel it getting a little bit taut,
Tight.
it's
fucking tight, right?
You just pull it. I'm like,
That's what I do with my snake.
I'm like, what? So if this shit gets taut, as you say, I had to just pull it.
You can grip. Yeah.
Nah, man. No, man. I don't even want to get it that close. So I said,
Well, you held it anyway.
no, not around my neck.
Yeah, don't do that.
I didn't do that. I said, at first I said, oh, well, if Brittany can do it, I can do it. But that was a damn lie. No, that didn't happen. No. I said, fuck that. Sorry, Brittany.
Bobo Spears.
Nah, it wasn't going on like that.
I mean, does that would have been there was no opportunity. How many off days was in there in Australia?
There was a couple off
There
days.
was a couple.
There was no interest to want to go see what a.
Nah, we were
kangaroo-
too far away.
or,
We've seen kangaroos and koalas. We've done that.
Oh, I
We
did.
watched koalas eat eucalyptus leaves,
but
getting high off of that shit.
Yeah, dude, but Stephen Oyo has that footage. If you want to see it on BREALTV, dude. I mean, who else was documented when you guys probably did this before?
No, you're right.
Yeah, like
You're
we,
right.
we want to see this now.
Yeah,
We're-
but we weren't close to any of the zoos that we had been previously.
Yeah, there was the Bindi Zoo that was in Sydney. That's someone asked me, like Steve Bindi. But we didn't go. So the closest we came was
You mean Irwin?
Bindi. Yeah, the Bindi is the daughter.
Bindi's the daughter, yeah.
Irwin. They had that zoo. But the closest we got was the snakes. And
You've been in the porthole too long. Yo, son.
What was the best food you ate?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. What was the food like? At least was it?
Oh, the food was good.
It had a lot of steak.
A lot of steak.
Anybody chew some roux?
Yeah, anybody?
Nobody had roux.
No
Not
one
this
chewed roux?
What?
Not
No.
this time.
No, they didn't have any on the menu, man.
Oh,
We
Kind
weren't
of like
in.
eating a boxer, though, right? Like an actual MMA fighter eating a kangaroo. I mean, those things are terrifying.
I saw a meme that was great. It was like a kangaroo is just
Yeah,
a
some
deer
of
that
them.
went to jail, and it showed a picture of this deer like this,
Ripped.
and the thing that, and then yeah,
Like,
kangaroos
they're
are just-
crazy looking.
Yeah, some of them kangaroos are jacked up, boy.
it'd be some tough meat.
Imagine you fed them steroids.
It is gamey.
It'd be
I
like,
have tried it. I've had tried it.
I tried it myself in Palm Springs years ago.
Yeah.
Spot that served it before the ban, and it was
Kangaroo.
The tail. It was the
Here in
fillet.
California.
Yeah, Palm Springs, bro.
Certain meats
remember
get
Yeah,
banned every
It
year.
did. It got
Crazy.
banned in like 2015. I lived there in 2012 and 13.
That's nuts.
So yeah, and there was a restaurant that had it, but it was the fillet, it was the tenderloin. So it was
Word.
better than like tail meat.
Word. All right, it's now that time. Let's get it. You might need the headphones for this one.
What time is it?
Submissions.
All right, shout to Snacks. We got a lot of submissions in today. First one up of the day, we got one Lake Show 7, and he's showing off a little bit of dinner that he made last night.
Here comes the pain. Damn it.
All right,
That looks good.
what kind of is that? Are those ribs? Is that like that looks a little bit too dark, bro?
No, those are ribs. Barbecue.
He did not specify what he made, but
They look like ribs anyway.
I don't know. It kind of looks like the McDonald's rib.
McRib.
Yeah, the
Got the
McRib.
McRibs. Just put some Bart's barbecue sauce on them.
on a nice white plate.
Yeah.
That's a good portion, though.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it looks decent.
All right.
That asparagus is going in the trash.
Yeah, that asparagus looks like a little bit of trash.
Needs help.
Wow.
Put a little seasoning on there.
Yeah.
And we got J-Max C up in here with a little bit of a breakfast cheeseburger.
Oh, boy.
Got some marbled cheese sliced with a fried egg, 3 strips of bacon, and some Peruvian sauce.
Now that looks
It's
fantastic.
It looks delicious. A lot of cholesterol.
Word up, man.
That's what I was gonna say. Cholesterol.
You're going to have to, a lot of cholesterol.
Just gotta run,
You're
dude.
going to have to do some running and drinking a lot of water. Maybe some apple cider vinegar to help flush.
That's a lot of saturated fat, man.
Yeah, try to tell you. Calories and cholesterol.
Every single food host that has any like kind of foodie show,
They've
like,
done
the
this.
Professionals. No, not that they've done this, but I like to, I will pay for the behind the scenes on certain shit that I'm really interested in. And I've seen it, like from the Man versus Food to like Guy Fieri, like they spend, they're not the most fit guys. They're not fit at all, maybe some of them, but the most thing they got to do in order for you to have that calorie count and like to have that cholesterol, you got to do immense amount of cardio. It's the only way it's going to help you. So if you enjoy, I mean, I'm not saying everybody's a foodie, but if you enjoy your fair take and foods that you're not supposed to have,
Walk it off.
You best believe, fuck walking it off, dude. They got to sweat, dude.
But if you walk up a hill, it's better than running.
No. You got that wrong. You could walk for miles and burn all that.
Of course.
And if you're
You know what I
walking
mean?
uphill, you'll burn twice the amount.
But better is to run or jump rope.
Yeah, any kind of cardio for you to just be like,
Yeah.
yo, that's a workout, homie.
So far, any of those guys I've seen host it, they started out one size, and by the time that they leave the show,
balloon.
They're all balloons.
Not Guy Fieri.
What?
He's been the same size all seasons.
Yeah, he doesn't really get bigger
Yeah,
or
like-
smaller.
No, well, he's the
just
cook,
sorta-
though, but he's a chef,
He
isn't
just
he?
sort of stays the same.
Yeah, he's a chef. He can manage that. But the people that do like that Man versus Food, and all they do is eat that.
Man versus Food was body abuse, though, bro. Like
That
that's
was
yeah,
horrible.
that
That is.
like
That
when-
is.
like
That
that.
is.
Like if you're just like, I mean, we have High and Hungry, and it's like when I do certain foods, bro. Like a lot of people don't see the behind. We're gonna start filming the behind the scenes just so y'all see where it's like all these meals don't get consumed. It's like the camera food's gotta eat. You know what I mean? We're splitting it up into like 4 pieces. You just get the money shot and that's it. But like, there's ways to do these kind of productions. What's the another guy that has the successful Phil Rosenthal? He has Don't Feed Phil. He's been the same size. You just got, I mean, and he's not fit at all, dude. He's like
no matter
well,
what,
Jewish, dude.
you should be active if you're going to do some show like that. Because, I mean, a lot of calories, a lot of cholesterol, a lot. All right, next.
I was going to say, Guy Fieri says he's in better shape now than he was at 30 thanks to intermittent fasting and working out.
Yeah, he probably doesn't eat the whole day and does the show and then drinks a lot of water.
That works, dude.
Yeah.
That really does work. I've been doing that for a cool minute, and I'm like, it works pretty well.
Yeah, and if you watch, Guy takes a bite or two. You don't eat the whole
Yeah, he don't eat the whole thing.
No, he just
He's
takes
not
a
like
bite
the
or two.
guy that you were talking about before. That guy would try to eat the whole day.
Yeah, well, it was a competition-based
Yeah.
food show.
Yeah.
And then he let it go so bad because you can't burn all those big amount of foods.
I would imagine the doctor told him he got to stop doing
He
that
had
show.
he had borderline like a stroke, like a pre-stroke before it, and then he was like, I gotta stop doing the show.
Okay, but have you seen the Asian TikTok girl that is like, tiny little?
Yes.
And she just eats like I've
eats,
seen
like,
her.
It's crazy, and she's beautiful and tiny, and she just sits there and eats like
Like
on this TikTok,
in
like the
insane
amass,
amounts?
an insane amount of
Yeah.
Probably flushes right out.
There was a blonde chick. I forgot what she was on, but they were showing her for a while that she was like one of. I think it was on E. What was it? I forgot the host, but they did it. Tosh. It was on that Tosh 2.0 or whatever, and he brought her on because she was an internet. Yo, this girl was like no more than 110, 120 pounds. She can eat a 10-pound hamburger 10 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
You know, that's like physically impossible, bro. She finished that shit. I was like, the fuck do you mean? You'll die.
It's a unique talent.
Yeah,
All
bro.
right, next.
And we got Mark Coast up in here saying, taking this 8th to the dome and see you in the portal, Captain Bobo.
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
Is that chocolate in the middle?
I would imagine there's portraits of Bobo in the portal. Like when you go in there, there's pictures of you like welcoming people.
Yeah, definitely. You know,
Yeah.
there is a wall of fame.
You have a 3D billboard in the portal.
It's the one that moves with you as you're walking.
The
and
one
it
that
moves
comes
with
out.
you.
And just
Yeah. Reaches out. Yeah. Got all of that.
All right. Your presence is felt. All right, next.
And we got Mark Coast back up in here having a little teriyaki and eggs for breakfast.
Teddy Jockey.
All right, teriyaki, what exactly? Teriyaki
The
eggs?
sauce.
Beef.
Looks like teriyaki steak right
Yeah.
there, baby. And some eggs with some teriyaki sauce.
That makes me want to go to Hawaii.
What, teriyaki
Okay.
sauce?
Everything's half teriyaki and shit.
Yeah, it does. That or pineapple.
Yeah, or pineapple.
Oh, you
like
can
yeah.
get some spam.
Yeah,
They're good on spam.
That
They
bet
love
you somewhere in
spam.
that plate under those eggs, I bet there's spam.
There's probably spam
Yeah,
under
like
the
a
eggs.
loco moco.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's exactly what it is, but without the brown gravy.
Bring it.
I was a fan of spam when I was younger.
It's very salty.
Yeah, it is. Almost all hams are salty as hell.
Yeah.
But that's the
Yeah.
saltiest.
It sure is.
But they have a turkey
well,
spam.
maybe next. No,
It's
yeah,
cured in
up
salt.
salty.
salty.
They have turkey spam now. It's all right.
All right.
And we got, let's see here, we got Midget Mike up in here saying, got them biscuits you guys were talking about, and they are good.
Hey, Steph Tone.
Try it.
Steph Tone, the strong one,
I heard.
immediately left after the show to go get
Retrieve these biscuits.
retrieve the biscuits.
I heard it was like a strudel. It sounds great. Sounds
It was a
sweet, like-
biscuit, but it had the icing that the strudel has,
Right.
along with the strawberries. It was delicious.
Sounds good.
This one looks like it has like sausage gravy on it. Is that not?
No, there's
It's
no
icing.
It's like a pastry
okay.
biscuit.
I bet if you do put a sausage in the middle, a sausage patty.
Yeah. I bet you're right.
It would at least minimize the glycemic
I-
index.
no,
of all the
it would
carbs
just
that
be
you're
a
gonna
game
eat.
changer.
I mean, gee.
No, I think he's talking about sweet and savory popping off.
No, I get it. Because I want a breakfast restaurant that's just sweet and savory that's like open from midnight to 3 p.m. and like it just serves breakfast.
Bring it.
Yeah,
There you go.
I would try that. We should try
Especially
that.
at those hours.
Yeah, we
That's when people eat that.
Parts, bring the grill.
Man, put it in the smoker.
And last food submission, we got Mr. Anejo up in here with a little bit of edible cornbread.
Okay.
He bought that
Edible
at Costco.
cornbread.
Is that
Yeah,
medicated?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I think that's what he means.
He threw some.
It's all cornbread is
right.
edible.
I was going to say.
That's some,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's
Medicated
born bread.
cornbread.
That's born bread.
That's born bread, bro.
born bread, son.
Bring it.
It's got a little tinge to it.
Born.
Yeah.
Infused born bread, huh? Okay.
I would have that with some
Look,
chicken.
I would try it.
Looks like not.
I wonder how much.
You put in there?
Yeah.
Who cares? We'll eat it.
He's like, it has heroin.
Yeah. No.
We'll
Who
eat it.
cares?
Yeah.
All right.
And we got the Hawk up in here, and he's doing a little snow angel for us. And Mr. Hawk is saying, let's see here, where's it at? I lost the thing right here. Utah Hawk, be gone winter 2023. Had to bust this out for you guys.
At least he's in clothes.
Get rid of this. The last snow angel of this year until November, December next year.
Oh boy.
Come on, buddy.
You better give me at
I'm
least
sick
6
of you,
flaps.
Snow. I'm sick of you. Winter.
Minimum, or
He's
it's
gonna-
not.
Let's go.
He's gonna give
go.
you 3. Oh man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sack up, buddy. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
Oh! You don't count. You're out.
That's pretty good.
Let's go.
Yo, so
How many inches of snow you think that is?
That
right
is
there?
right about
That
was
6,
knee high.
maybe 6 inches.
I don't know. I think it's 8.
Nah.
Oh, look
No,
at that.
no, you're right.
Trust me. Yeah, that's like 6 inches of snow. Ask him. 6 to 8. It could be 8.
Could be 8.
Yeah,
Look
6
at
to
how
8.
high that is. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
knees.
Look at that.
And he's a
Yeah,
tall
that
guy.
looks like 8.
Yeah.
That's a tall guy right there. Utah's tall.
Yeah.
that's the last snow. So like, if spring has officially.
Yeah,
begun.
that's all that's about to run off.
All right. The thing is about going out there in his shorts and flip flops and then doing that. I mean,
Well, let's ask Hawk. He can answer.
How many inches, bro? 10. He said
Wow.
10.
10
Pause.
inches.
He said
Pause.
10.
Yeah, and pause. Pause on both of you.
Word.
He said how many inches? He said 10. Pause on both.
wow. Easy.
Same here, Hawk.
Hey, next time, inches of snow.
Man, don't be so quick to answer.
All right, next.
And we got Doobie Dan up in here saying he picked up 3 8s for $30, and he's saying it's fire.
Fire. That's $10 an eighth.
How old is that weed?
Seriously. It's too cheap.
Oh, I always say crack the nug open.
Super boof.
Well, turn into powder.
Like a
Maybe
spider
they had a
egg?
good deal that day. I don't know.
It had to be something stupid. It's
Cracked it
$10 an eighth.
It's like bad
BOGO.
weed. You don't ever want to buy Vegas weed.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much was it for $30?
He said 3 eighths for 30, so it's $10 an eighth.
That's called the liquidation sale.
Word up.
Yeah,
They're trying to get rid of that.
Trying to offload.
They probably got too much of it and can't get rid of it.
Yeah,
That's right.
Dog, you just bought some Christmas trees.
you know,
There you go.
Like they've been there since Christmas, dog. They look good. I bet it's bomb shit.
you know, for that price, you know, yeah, it's fire.
But somebody's got to buy the display weed.
True that?
Hey,
Could be
And then they
sample
sent it
bag.
into the blacklist. They're like, this is shit.
Yeah.
wouldn't that be some shit?
Thing is, he thought he was going to get a more positive response from this.
Hey, maybe it is good, but like
Yeah.
when we hear those prices, we're thinking it's either old or it's boof.
Yeah.
Because no,
too cheap.
no, like premium weed sells for that cheap on
Basically,
any.
it cost that
It
to
was-
grow it.
It was,
Unless that brand is coming from the owner
Yeah.
and he's overproduced and he's got to just get rid of it.
That's them selling it
It was-
$1,280 a pound.
it was sold.
If it's
you know,
$10 an eighth, that's
it was sold the
$12.80.
last day before the sold date. You know, the last day that you could sell it.
Is that what you saw on the date? I couldn't see it. I don't got my glasses.
I
but-
couldn't zoom in on that, so I couldn't see the date.
I didn't see that, but you know.
I was about to say, who is this Hawkeye?
Either way, I mean, it could be some good weed, but based off of the price, you know, you got to question that,
Yeah.
and that's
Oh,
why
definitely.
we're questioning.
Because it's a commercial place, that's basically what it costs to produce.
Well, I'm just
So,
letting him
Yeah.
know why we are questioning.
Definitely. So they know that, like, if it's good indoor weed, that's almost what it costs the farmer to produce. So for someone to be able to retail at a dispensary, that something's off. That's
Well, and he probably bought it in Ohio or Illinois where he couldn't even see the product. He just bought it base sold on the price, and
Sure.
that's what they gave him. Because I just went to Illinois and Chicago, and like you literally just walk in and order off of a chalkboard, and then
Look.
you just get what you get.
His
can't
fire,
Is
his
he
fire, or what he thinks is fire may not be fire to us.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, let him have his fire.
Yeah, let him have his fire. All right, next.
Did it get you high?
Yeah, if it got you high.
Did it give you a headache? Then you're all right.
And we got Smokestack Mac up in here saying, shout out to E-Zone for all the stickers and the candles and the hats.
Damn, bro.
Damn, bro, you bought
Damn.
so much stuff.
Damn, he went
He is
ham.
stocked up on your shit, man.
He has all my candles.
Wow.
Shout out to him.
Jeez. He's stocked up.
I got 2 more coming out this year too.
He is ready
Oh, he
for the
filled-
blackout.
He filled this shelf, bro.
Thank you, bro.
He will stay lit.
Hey, he keeps buying because all my orders come hooked up, and I have an overabundance of a lot of stuff, and I hook you guys up. There's no way in hell I can enjoy all the cool stuff I get to get.
And we got White Rhino up in here saying, White Rhino finally meets the hill.
What up, G?
Boom, bang.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
He came.
Where's that?
Correct.
Australia?
Yep.
Or New Zealand? Oh, Australia.
That was Australia, yeah.
Dope, dope, dope.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi.
Thanks for the tickets to the portal.
Yes.
Oh, did you go?
Oh yeah, he gave me.
He had
Did you enter?
You know, I entered it.
That's there you go. So you took him.
almost never
boy.
not going to enter him.
God damn right.
No fucking way.
All right.
Sounds good, man. Sound was on point.
Oh, Mike G.
Mike G is the man.
Salute to Mikey G.
Love Mike G.
All right.
And we got Ryan H up in here saying, when Lord's tables were out, and he's saying we shouldn't get flagged for this.
If I was in the crowd, I would think this is part of the show. I just want you to know. 100%.
about that, Papa? You
Yo,
taught me that, son.
honestly, man.
You taught me that.
That was a dope save right there because it sounded like it was just like a percussion part of the show. You couldn't tell that the thing was out. They probably just thought you guys were going off for a second.
Yeah, we didn't indicate anything other than we had technical issues, but we kept going.
Hell yeah.
And I think the fact that we kept playing, they thought, oh, they must have, figured out their technical issues. Must be a part of the show because we just didn't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope.
It became a theme throughout the show, so that's why I think they thought it was a part of the show.
Good cowbell in there.
Oh well, no, I was playing percussions.
I heard
using the hands.
Nobody was banging the bell right
No,
there?
he was on drums and I was on percussions.
Okay.
I was on the electric drums.
I had to go in there to do something to keep it moving.
Word.
In one of the spots because there was no playback, there was no track, so I had to go up there and play with him so that there was at least something in that fill part.
Did good.
And
Shit was-
hey,
that shit was
you
locked.
taught me how to play. Son.
That shit
There
was
it is.
locked. You don't crack under pressure. We ended it right.
There was no flams,
No.
no missed hits,
No splashes.
no splash,
Missed splash.
no missed splashes.
No, at that point there could be no mistakes because it was already messed up.
Oh man, it was already fucked up. We could not make any more mistakes right there. Not on our end.
I learned it from you.
I learned it from you. All right.
And we got Tree up in here showing off his big 18-inch bong.
About to say you didn't have to say it like that, bro.
You guys were talking about inches earlier.
Oh boy,
Pause, dude.
that must have
Man.
turned you on or something.
He said that with excitement.
You guys
Yeah.
have been talking about itches the whole show.
Yeah, come on, man. Enough.
Yeah.
Comparing 2 inches.
I do think that's the best bong size, though, 18 inches. You get the best smoke, get higher.
You said it again.
Easy,
There you went.
easy, Bolton.
One more time.
Come on, come on, man. Don't take that to the hood.
Marvel's taking notes. All right. Next.
And we got Von Dubious up in here saying, Disneyland and California adventures for 2 days with my family and for my 8-year wedding anniversary. Ran into E-Zone and XG and Bart's.
Of course.
Was that a random run?
Yeah, he was there
What?
celebrating a happy 8 years with you and your lady, dude.
Congratulations.
Dope.
Yeah, he was out. We were just walking around, and we were pretty drunk at this point.
How often are you guys going to Disneyland?
He's there a lot, man.
Well, shout out to my
Are you
friend.
making up for lost time as a kid?
Yeah, all the times you left me behind, dude. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
My bad. I was on the road making the money so you could go to Disneyland
right.
with or without me, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, but nah. What is it? I have a friend that works there, and then sometimes you get friends and family invitations.
Are they also the one who won tickets?
Yeah.
They
Yep.
did, right?
Yes,
They're the ones
they
who
won
won the
tickets.
tickets.
Cali
That's right.
vibes.
Hell yeah. Good for them. What up, peeps?
That's a dope vest he's got on right there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, what was that?
He has all the pins on there.
He's got all the pins.
No, I'm talking about the one with the whipped cream.
Oh, that's the.
Strawberry funnel cake.
Strawberry funnel, Bobo. Come on.
Yeah, hey, dude, they have the.
No disrespect to your friend right there, but I wanted to see what that was
No,
about.
that is a part of the wine and food festival that goes down until the 25th.
All right.
So you can go peep that, and they have different food my friend that works there is a chef, and he does they send their chefs to school, bro. If they're gonna learn,
yeah.
if they're gonna make them learn a different cuisine, they're gonna send them to school to get the best ones. So I don't know where they send all the ones that run the little Mexico land and Disney's California Adventure, but they got birria tacos there, and let me
They're
tell
bomb,
you,
huh?
they
They're
sell.
bomb.
They got pupusas there, and they sell, dude, because somebody
You know
that's
what?
making
Because
them is fire.
They finally learned who be coming up there.
That's them. They learned.
They learned. Hey, good for them.
Yeah, word.
All right.
That's the reason they're still, I mean, as much as people want to have different opinions, they're still the cream of the crop.
This is making me hungry next.
I'm starving.
And next up in here, we got Dean Jones saying a joint rating now that I got a funky.
All right. To the net. Oh, Dean. I see a slight squeeze. All right. As we go up, it flares out like Rick. Woo!
Wrinkles, dude.
But it's consistent till you get to that
What is that?
left side where, looks like a car ran into it. A little dent on your door up top, you know what I'm saying? And what was that character in The
Kid and
Simpsons?
Play? It's like,
Who did
one?
this?
with the hair all out.
Sideshow Bob.
Sideshow Bob top up here.
Yeah, with a megalodon bite on the top.
With the mega bite, yeah.
Megalodon bite.
I'm gonna have to give this. Wow. Because Dean Jones is cool. I mean, he was standing in the merch line going, nah. I mean, the meet and greet line. He was like, nah, letting us know he was a 5150. But I gotta say, it needs work. I'm gonna have to give you a
Come on, I already heard this start. Go a little higher. Come on.
a strong 3.
There you go. Thank you. I heard where you were going. I was like, don't do it.
I was gonna say, be nice to
Be
Dean.
nice.
That's a little hard.
It's got a little tilt on it, as you could see, kind of like Bobo in the portal. There you go. But yeah, hey, look, the upside is that you got this rolled, and this is with I guess the first time you're rolling with a tip. Yeah, that's a pretty good roll. It's a strong 3. You're gonna get to an 8. Just give it time. You just got to get even. The circumference of the tip there, you want the whole joint to be the same thing. You want it to be solid. You know what I mean? Unless you want to roll big old fat ass joints, you could.
Some people like to use a skinny tip and cone it like that.
Yeah, you could
so
cone
you
it, but
did
this,
it on purpose.
But this is not a cone.
Okay, let me ask you something. So, like, when it's a strong or a soft, is that like a plus or a minus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, A plus is like a strong.
Correct.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
Or a soft 6.
Right. That's the minus.
Yep.
All right. Got it.
All right, next.
And let's see up here. I think we got another joint rating here. We got Sir Rules, and he's asking for a joint rating.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Just give
Get
him
it
the
out of
number.
here.
Yeah, just give him
Get
the
it
number.
out.
1.
Get it out.
You're out. There's no rating.
Get it
That's
out.
It's a 1.
You got a
Wait.
1 because you got that funky fill tip
it.
in there, but that's it.
Yep.
Work on it. That's all I could
Stop showing that thing. It's
Just don't
upsetting
put it,
me.
like,
He rolled
yeah.
it with his ass.
Yeah, like, I didn't even. I was like, what?
I don't want to see that.
All right, look. I don't want to discourage you from rolling because we all need to learn if we're going to smoke joints and you want to smoke in public and people not go, what the fuck is that? Just work on it. Look, there's a how to roll with the funky fill tip video here on YouTube. Look it up and learn how to roll properly. Unless you did that on purpose just to get this reaction.
Probably. I think so. They know how we are.
I think maybe you did that. I'm going to have faith that you're a better roller than that and you did it for kicks. Shits and giggles, as they
He
say.
rolled it with his ass cheeks. Right there.
Yeah.
It's all crinkled
I
up.
rolled this with my feet and my eyes closed. All right, next.
And we got AJ up in here saying, I'm a daily watcher of the show and a big fan of Cypress Hill. I'm sending over a recent drawing I did of Mario with something special in his hand. I want to make t-shirts of this.
That's dope.
Oh, yeah.
Are those mushrooms?
They might come after your ass, though.
She should have made it look more
Yeah.
like the mushrooms from Mario, you know?
Yeah, they're gonna come after you. So
Yeah,
be
but
ready.
then he'd be totally fucked.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, you
so-
just get a cease and assist, which means you'd have to just stop doing it. But
Stop doing it. Yeah.
it'll-
If he gives them away, he could, he'd be okay.
yeah, but you could change it by 50%, or I would do 60. But that's
Hey, you give him a beard.
Put an S on his hat for Shroomio.
even then you
Give him a tie-dye hat.
get a little bit more creative in a sense. You know what I mean? Just like with I guess transitioning the different interpretations of Mario you can do.
A couple of holes in his overalls.
A couple of holes in his overall.
A couple of tears.
Homeless Mario?
You never know. Looking for mushrooms. Looking for things.
Things like this are so telling of the demographic that creates them, because it's this 40-year-old male that needs to recreate his childhood by living it out through a mushroom brand or whatever, with all these little characters. It's hilarious
That they grew up with.
Wow.
that they grew up with.
That's straight from Blacklist. He told you.
Ow.
That stung.
Hilarious. I'm like, I can guess how old you are.
I felt that sting right there, right on me.
Like, ouch.
I'm like, wow.
No, it's not
So deep.
the original.
You just destroyed your art, dude. Just fucking said damn.
They wanted to sell
No,
it.
not necessarily. I mean, I still like the Powerpuff Girls. I wear Powerpuff Girls and shit like that. So I
Wanted
mean,
to sell it too.
I guess
He couldn't have, he could sell it on the street.
Yeah.
He try to sell that on your site and it gets on their radar. Yeah, it's coming down ASAP. All right.
And next up in here, we got Solo Shrooms saying, what's up, y'all? Having some mushrooms.
Oh, yes, you are.
All of those, huh?
Got to dry them up.
Bring it.
You got to take some mushrooms. Blacklist.
She can't.
She told
can't.
you it's
She
not
just-
that she doesn't want to. She has the diabetic and it fucks with her glucose.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
I
she's-
tried to. I
So
was
no.
literally dying for
Yeah.
like an hour and a half. It was
No.
that was not fun.
We don't need her to do that.
Yeah. No.
No fucking way.
No, I'm good on that.
And we got Ant up in here, and or no, we got Solo Shrooms back up in here saying, "What's up, y'all? You hauling oats?"
That's pretty good.
Oh.
Hey, I think the Daryl Hall look is
That's
coming back.
great.
I seen a few reality shows
Curly mullet.
that had the oats look. Especially up in Australia, there was a dude on one of their morning shows, like one of their Good Day LA things or whatever, you know what I mean? And he looked like John Hall. I mean, John Oates.
Yo, but the thing is, he shaved off his brochure and he realizes that it's coming back, so he's growing it back.
He's growing it. He better grow it back.
Yeah, because
That's your like
original right there.
That's like your trademark look, bro, with the big brochure, man.
Man, they could have went in.
He
as
cheated
partners.
people of the John Oates look for so many years when he shaved that mustache off.
But they could have bought into U-Haul. U-Haul and Oats.
U-Haul
that
and
could have
Oats.
been big all
That
over.
could have been huge.
That's
It still
right.
can, bro.
He'd
They
be
use all
making
those
money.
artists.
He'd be making money, boy.
I like your style. U-Haul and Oats.
Especially with that picture right
Yeah.
there rolling.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you lose with that?
It's like the U-Haul that was in New York, you know, that was just selling weed right out of the back of it on the corner of the street.
Yeah. New York took it to a totally different level when they went.
I
legal.
mean, it's innovation at
different.
its best.
Yep. We got ice cream trucks that drive around. It's nuts.
Innovation at its best. All right, next.
We got a little reface action by Ant.
That's
Start
C
right here.
minus.
I don't smoke booth.
I told him.
Why did C-Minus jaw look fucking hella big?
You know, the other day they had Steph on and he didn't even realize it. I saw it in the comments later, but he was like, that don't look like what's his name? And someone had refaced it was actually Steph. And we didn't realize it when he was showing it. We missed it.
The reface. All right.
The reface.
We got to let everybody know about the 1-year anniversary of Dr. Greenthumb's happening this Saturday, April 8th.
This is true.
This Saturday, huh?
Come on down. The exhibit's going to be up in there with the napalm and all that.
Oh, wow.
Does he still sell those big ass joints?
I don't know if he's selling the big ass joints.
Damn.
You remember those right up-
Yes, I
yeah,
think they repackaged it.
Oh.
But he'll be there. Come check it out.
And that was when we were in the portal last year, huh? That was the grand opening of LA.
Oh yeah. At the grand opening, this dude was.
Yeah, me, Blaze,
C
and
minus.
C minus. We was in a portal.
Sure did.
Yeah.
You
it
and your
was fun.
imaginary handrails.
Yeah, Bobo was walking with
They kept me
handrails.
up. I didn't
They
fall.
did. They
I swear to God, I
They
didn't.
were
I didn't,
there.
I didn't pick up on it till a few minutes later,
Yeah.
right? Like I was
I was there when I was with you.
I was
You know,
standing there with someone, like going over something, and then he comes and says, "The portal."
You were like, huh? Yeah,
I'm like,
portal.
yeah, okay, yeah, the portal, huh? All right, cool. And it dawned on me.
Yeah, when you seen how
Like,
he's acting.
I'm looking at him walk around. I'm like, hey, were you trying to tell me you're in the portal? He was
Trying to tell you.
I'm trying to tell you I'm in the portal. Oh, okay.
You know.
Totally got it. I was like, here?
He was literally walking with handrails to hold himself up, but they did good.
They did
he was
good,
walking
man.
like this, holding the thing. Like he saw handrails,
Tell you,
and they kept him up.
worked.
They
worked.
did. You walked great.
I walked great.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't.
No one else saw that but me.
Yeah,
they were there.
I saw that you were walking around kind of funny and aimless, and and after I remember exactly what you said to me, which was nothing but portal.
Yeah.
Portal.
Hey yo.
That's when I realized. I was like, my man is on a mission.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got?
We got some new funkies happening this Friday, happening at 420. We got the Blue Velvet coming in the fatty and high roller size. Awesome. And Senan and Yaga told me that they still have a few classic size available.
All right, get them at funkyfieldtips.com.
Oh, wow.
Bring it.
Word.
That seems to be it.
That seems to be it. Thank you for the submissions. Keep them coming to BREALTVcontest@gmail.com. Now we're going to open up the doors to the Insane Asylum. That means y'all in the live chat got a comment, question, shout out, suggestion. Let's see it.
Welcome to the Insane Asylum.
Let's do this. We got Rex up in here saying, I really appreciate the Blacklist with all the weed news and content.
Word up.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Your guys' support.
And let's see, we got Musty up in here saying we need a roll-off between Bobo and Psycho Leslie.
I would beat him. I saw what he rolled.
Yeah, you'll take him down.
I don't know. I've at least seen a Les roll. I haven't seen a Bobo roll ever.
Stop.
So I'm not going to stop.
Stop.
I can't stop.
You won't stop. I will beat Psycho Les in a roll off because I saw what he rolled. I'm like, bro,
Bobo.
I can do
Bobo.
I'm telling you.
Bobo.
I'll show you.
Bobo.
Let's do it Friday.
Okay.
Let's do it Friday.
Right.
You know,
it's official.
It's not.
It won't be based off time.
Yeah, it won't
you
be
guys
based
could
on
just
time.
take your time to roll it, so there's no pressure on like, oh, I'm rolling faster than.
And I'm not.
No.
And I'm not calling Psycho Les out. You know, he's very.
You
proud.
kind of did.
Because you just said someone said a roll off. You know, so I know that he takes his time with his joints, and he cares for them.
But they're terrible.
Right. But yeah, I don't do mine like that, and you'll see that on Friday. Also, Friday we'll do this.
Bring it.
You know, it could be a 3 or 4, but it's gonna be strong. It won't be soft.
That's right.
Wow. All right.
Thanks.
We're gonna see Friday.
We got DJ DeLizard up in here saying, hey guys, just wondering, any plans for South America tour this year? We have to make it happen again in the Tina. People are super hyped up. Last week we had Wu-Tang play down here, and it was a blast.
Do we have something?
No,
we did it already, right?
Yeah, we have something for South America, but it's more maybe in Colombia, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's Colombia,
but not out there. But yeah.
At some point, we'll be back over there.
Congrats to Wu-Tang for making it down there. First time that they have been down there.
I think that's why people went so goddamn crazy.
Yeah, because it was their first time.
Yeah. All right.
And we got Mr. 87 saying, love the New Zealand Cyprus experience. Bucket list check fulfilled. Next time I'm copping the M&G quick. He's saying, shout out to Mr. 87 and Geneva from Christchurch.
Thank you for coming through. Christchurch was a very dope show. The Kiwis come with it. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all y'all. It was dope. I was telling or you'll probably see it in one of the soldier stories, and I think it's in one of the clips on the recaps. These ladies from I believe it was Christchurch. They during the meet and greet they came and laid a prayer on us. Yeah, that was dope. It's a very spiritual place.
Yeah.
And next up in here, we got Roger Dodger saying RSO should be your buddy.
Oh, it is. It is. Bobo runs the races.
Buddy.
Bring it.
Yeah, that was a great plane ride back.
I did too, man. I hit a 400 on the way back. I was able to sleep, and there was no crying babies.
Yeah, good.
You know, when you wake up and it says, okay, you got an hour and a half to go before we land.
Listen, I wasn't exaggerating at all when I told y'all that these two kids, a 3-year-old and an infant, were going back and forth on the screaming and crying on the flight up. And that was the 14-hour flight. I mean, think about that. It was crazy.
Not for me. I would have been chewing Xanax like Skittles until I passed out, and I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even hear it.
Yeah, no, the RSO didn't even help me with that. No. It just made me have to deal with it when I was really high. That's crazy. Right.
Somebody's got to shake.
And we got STL Batman up in here saying, very happy to see a fellow person from St. Louis on the show. Let's toke when you're back in the loo.
Yeah, St. Louis lost their football team, so I don't think I'll be back there anytime soon. So.
And we got Marcel up in here saying, "What's up, everybody? Shout out to the whole Greenthumb crew and the THC crew. Welcome back to Be Real and Bobo. Can I please get a rest in peace to my uncle Richard Chavez? He was 62 and loved to smoke and jam out to Cypress Hill."
Hey, rest in peace, Richard.
Yeah, rest in peace, Rich.
And prayers and condolences to your family. You know, hey, you guys, he's still around you. You know what I mean? His spirit is still around you. So, you know, when you feel it, acknowledge it. Because he's going to be looking over you from now on. Rest in peace.
And shout to Sven for the super chat. Thank you.
Word up, Sven.
And we got one Lake Show 7 saying, "Once it's federal, I'm worried corporations will buy everyone out."
They're going to try.
Mm-hmm. Or buy in.
And they'll probably buy most of it up.
And we got LG up in here saying, "I've only been to one hip-hop gig before yours in Brissy, Nos, and Lauren Hill. Your set was by far my favorite. I would love to see you guys back again."
Nas? You call them Nas. He was like, Nas.
Nas.
Thank you very much for that, man. We try to bring the roller coaster ride of a set. You know what I mean? So we appreciate that you appreciate it. Much love.
Nos.
Same team.
Same team.
And we got Make a Duty up in here saying, "Did you guys happen to get any Dickens cider?"
No. Didn't come across it.
There was no bottles.
There's no bottles and no Foster's lager.
No?
Yeah,
No
no, there wasn't
Foster's.
none of that shit.
They don't drink that.
That's like kind of like when you go to Mexico and you don't see Modelos.
Truthfully, we weren't going into any supermarkets or markets to see if there was any of that.
But for the people that I asked, and every time I asked this, they said, gave me the same look. That says, "Y'all don't drink Foster's for beer. It's not Australian for beer." They said it's piss water.
It's piss water. Water.
That's like Bud Light.
Say it. Water.
Buzz Light.
Water.
Water.
Water. That's
Piss.
Water.
That's what they said.
Piss water.
They said, look at that. Like there's no Outback Steakhouse.
Have some respect.
Thank God. Place is hell.
What you call me?
I said have some respect.
Okay. All right. I'll say respect.
No, man. You trying to instigate something?
Wow.
All right, next.
And we got Jake Ryan up in here saying, "B needs a screen like a weatherman for joint ratings."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that would be, yeah, and one of them little wands and clickers. Click. Here you see there's some shit in the middle.
He's like, dog.
Coming in from the northwest of the tip.
Yeah, coming in from the northwest. There's a shark bite on the right side.
Meh.
Man.
Right.
Remember when Bart's destroyed the set?
I love when you ran.
Never forget that.
Such a dick.
There you go.
Oh.
All right.
And we got Matt up in here saying, "Cheers to the crew. Salute to another blessed day."
Salute. Cheers to you, and thank you for being here with us.
Bless up.
Hell yeah.
And we got Vid Look up in here saying, "It's great for the show when guests share stories like this. Shout out to the Blacklist."
That's right.
Yep, it was time. It was just time to clear the air.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know.
That's a dope name, though.
It is.
Like the Blacklist.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like,
You know, I just never I never ever thought that it was going to turn into what it did. And like when I started it, like I really had one goal, and that was just to like expose this one guy, you know? And by the time that I really got started doing it and like just bringing information, like I just realized that it wasn't about me. It wasn't about what I knew. It wasn't about what I, at that point could really even teach anybody. It was just like, what could they teach me? And so it's just been such a blessing to have that page for 6 years and to have the following that I have that's stayed with me even through like 18 deletions, and like, I just want to continue to grow and be able to bring more information to the community because there's just going to be so much that's going to happen in the next couple of years, and it's just a really crazy time to be, it's exciting, but it's there's a lot of change coming, and so it's fun to be a part of that.
It's funny. The first time I actually found out about Blacklist is somebody called me and they're like, "Hey, Blacklist has you on their page." So it was 2018. I don't know, when was that Vapegate thing? It was right before like the vitamin E. But
that was September 2019.
You guys were doing a lot of random cart testing. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That was, by the way, one of the best things that ever happened to my business because they were randomly pulling carts and testing them at Bell Costa Labs. They happened to somebody had bought 2 of my carts and put it. Both of them passed with nothing. So out of I think there were 5, more than maybe 10 that they had done. Only 2 actually passed what would pass today. Some were way worse than others, but when that passed, I had people blowing me up, and that's when I was like, that was a great thing just to see that. That was it did, but it sucks for the people who were selling poison, but it was exposing them, but it also showed people who were doing it right.
Well, for our industry, it's relevant information, and that's
very.
Word up.
It's really unfortunate that not more states have that that availability to their consumers, where their consumers can actually do testing like that. Right. I mean, we're really fortunate in California to have that. And it's funny, the first carts that I ever tested were Mario carts and exotic carts, and and the big scandal, the box said 80%, and they tested at 52%. And the industry just never even considered such a thing, and they were just all in a bitter. It was just, I love those old stories.
Yeah, that's what they were too. Those,
you know.
All right, Bolton.
We got Marbell up in here.
Oh, boy.
He's saying, I can roll Colton in a casket for a perfect 10.
Yeah. Oh. Damn, bro. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Dude.
He's also saying, thanks for wearing blue, B, for Ruthless 330 Day. Callie, can you please take Colton down to a tutor? I thought he was having a stroke, but he was trying to speak Spanish.
Oh, boy.
I got to take care of my kid.
You came in on a roll.
Not funny.
Well done.
I'm feeling it.
All right. And no, I don't have anything for him today.
All right, cool.
And we got Javi G up in here saying, can I get well soon for my mama? She just had back surgery and always has respect for the hill. Much love.
Hey, get well soon, Mom.
Well soon.
Get well soon, mama.
We send you the positive healing vibes
Get well.
to you.
And we got Idle Line up in here asking for Cali Blaze. What tips do you have for rolling hash holes?
Oh, I'm definitely not a good roller. I do it, and I get them done. You want to talk to somebody else. I mean,
I can tell them.
Yeah, go for it.
Look, man, it's like when you make fried chicken. So you gotta kind of make the worm out and make sure you put it in a cold place. That way it's good to handle right away, and then you start rolling it out. But you gotta season it once you grind it up with the bud. So you gotta roll it up. That way it's easier to handle and it doesn't melt in your hand. You put it half the bud at first, make a little space in the middle, put it, and then you top it off. And then once you do it, it forms a perfect a good ratio.
Perfect.
Yeah, but you gotta empanizarlo, make it how you put that stuff on the chicken, bro. You gotta do that with the hash because it becomes too sticky to handle, and then you got some of it dripping to the bottom. It burns lopsided. So, just FYI.
That's very interesting.
We got Jay Rook up in here saying you guys should take the RSO at the end of a mushroom trip.
At the end, I would think you want to take it
you could take it
towards
during,
the middle.
Yeah, takes
towards the middle. That way, when you're out of the trip, you're
into the next,
coming into the. Oof, that would be very heavy.
Yeah, because mushrooms only last a couple hours.
You better have a lot of water and orange juice. God damn it, water and orange juice. You better have a lot.
Yeah, bro. Some of them last forever, bro. It's just hey, bro, can this stop?
Really?
Some mushrooms have different effect.
Yeah, I've tried a lot. I don't think I've ever really tripped hard for more than 3 hours, maybe 4.
Same.
Maybe it was 3, 4. But edibles,
mushroom tea will change all that.
15 hours high as hell.
Yeah, edibles will have you gone for a minute.
Longer than mushrooms.
Mushroom tea.
Yeah,
you do the amount that I would not prescribe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was down the whole day.
Yeah,
you will be down.
Yeah, I believe you.
I would say he was down from. I'm going to say it was about 11 a.m. all the way till we left the goddamn state because we did a show that night, right? And our show was, I think, we went from 7:30 to 8:45 or something like that, and we left the city at maybe 1, 2 a.m.
Yeah. What was it, a 4 or 5 gram tea or something? What?
Hey,
you don't know.
At 2 a.m., he was still
high
in the portal.
It was done.
They were Estevan and Cartoon were fucking with him in the back lounge, totally tripping him out even more. He was gone the whole day, from 11 a.m. to about 2:30, 3 a.m.
So yeah, if you want a long mushroom trip,
Ice. I mean,
Pause.
the tea. Tea.
tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but at first you're like, if you want a long mushroom tip,
Yeah, that's a pauser right there. All right, next.
Pauser.
And we got up in the Twitch here, we got Scatterbrain shouting out Chicago, Illinois. We got DJ Next One saying we're live all the way from Phoenix, Arizona.
Salute.
We got Red Eyes saying Lafayette, Louisiana. We got the Joker up in here all the way from Toronto, Ontario.
Salute.
Yeah.
We got Savi up in here saying Sacktown up in here. We got the Pog Fella saying shout out to you guys all the way from Dublin.
Much love.
And we got
Bubbling in Dublin.
We got Garcia up in here from Mexico, and we got Native Nightmare saying much love all the way from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Nice.
Saludos.
Mexico.
Word up.
Bolton.
And we got Hooked on Chronic saying E-Zone rocking the cool shades today. Shout out to you.
thank you. We finally stopped getting a lot of rain out here, so if you keep them, at a certain spot, and you won't lose your shades, bro. So find a good spot where to keep them.
Yeah.
You won't have that problem no more. However, though, as a stoner, that is a very common problem amongst people. Loses his shades all the time, but he has like 1,000 pairs of those.
And we got I'd Leave saying dispensaries are crazy expensive in Las Vegas. The gray market is where it's at.
The gray. Okay.
But where's in the gray?
Yeah,
No,
like,
that's what he said, the gray market.
I think he means black.
True.
And that seems to be it so far.
Word up. Salute to all y'all for the interactions. We appreciate them. Make sure you check us out tomorrow in the mix, as we will be live on the 1s and 2s, Psycho, Les, and myself. We're going to pop it off for you. Yeah, man.
You got a picture of that saber-toothed cat skull?
Saber-toothed cat skull?
Yeah, so a perfectly preserved saber-toothed cat skull has been discovered in Iowa. Science suspect that this one is one of the last ones to walk the earth before the Ice Age. I want to see what the skull looks like. I want to see how long that tooth is. That's some serious teeth.
Wait, so they found it in mint condition?
I guess so. They said a full skull. Cat skull. And those things, like you look at the regular ones and their teeth are just, a regular tiger has like fangs like this. So a saber tooth is like a walrus tooth. Any luck? Look at that.
Look at that thing.
Oh, yeah. Look at the tooth on the right. There it is. Holy crap.
I wish we had teeth like those.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You want a tooth? What are you doing with a tooth?
Why would you have teeth like that?
No, not like that long. I'm talking about like the ones in the front.
What? Why would you
They
want
look
those?
terrible.
I'm just saying, imagine if we did. That'd be pretty cool.
No.
We'd look
No,
disgusting.
we would, nah. This would not be a good look,
Fucking terrible, bro.
Yeah. That'd be a horrible look.
Terrible. Oh, man.
What's going on?
I'm high, dude. It's 3 hash goes in. Dude. This is the shit I think about when I'm high sometimes, bro.
Okay.
Like,
That you want that?
I'm just saying. I was like, that would be kind of cool. It's like I almost,
You can get a grill made like that.
I wouldn't. I mean,
You
I've
could
seen-
get a grill made.
I've
like
seen
that.
Riff Raff with that same kind of grill.
Get
And
that
it looked
word
like-
grill.
You should go for the saber tooth, man.
That'll
Be the first.
Saber-tooth grill.
Yeah, man.
Paul Wall could make them. Hit them up. You know what I'm saying? Let's make them all,
You'll
Just
see.
say, I'm gonna get this clip and then just tell people, hey, yo, tag them. And be like, yo, let's work on this project, man.
Bring it.
Oh, man.
Saber-tooth grill.
Wow.
There you go. Any closer?
What it do?
What it do?
That's just one fang. You don't want all those teeth to look like that.
No thanks.
Yeah. That's all you need to do.
Can't
is
do
All you
make
need
them
is
all.
one gold tooth, like Shabba.
Jurassic
Shabba
grill,
Ranks.
dude.
Yeah.
One gold tooth, like a
Shabba Ranks. That's all you need is
Hey,
one.
all he had one.
Well done.
He had one.
Look,
There
look.
you go. There you go.
There you go, E-Zone.
There you go.
You want it, you can have
There you
it.
go, bro.
Yeah.
It's a great look. I'm sure all the ladies love them.
We'll call you Raptor Mouth.
Fuck, man.
That's borderline alienish.
Like piranha.
Piranha.
Fuck that.
Why would you want this?
Hell no.
That's horrible.
Say cheese, motherfucker.
Did you guys, by the way, real quick, did anybody talk about Succession this week?
We have not,
Yeah.
but
What'd you
man,
think?
well, I saw the first episode. I haven't seen.
Oh,
the
you
second
didn't
one.
see number 2 yet?
No,
Then
no,
I can't
no.
talk about it.
How many?
Well, did I?
Yeah.
How many seasons is this?
This is 4. This is the 4th season. This was the 2nd episode. Do you watch the show?
This is the one on HBO with
Yes,
with
the family.
son, the family. That
Have you watched any of it?
It just repeats the same storyline every single season, and
It's the same premise,
yeah,
but there's always
I'm
just
like I was so ready for the dad to die in the
Yeah.
first season, and for the sons to take over. 'cause
Yes.
Oh, he ain't
that one
going
son
nowhere.
was
He ain't
just
going
super
nowhere. He's gonna
badass.
die.
No, and
Yeah.
it's like I'm so sick of this dude. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm just over.
I love it. Really.
Yeah, and that's why they could have done so much more with that show. I was just really disappointed.
I'm
Sorry.
I'm usually her where I don't like, but on this one I'll disagree. I really like that one.
His assholeness.
I love it.
Is
Yeah, I fucking love
and
it.
then
man.
their asshole is
Yeah, 'cause
asshole
they're shit
type
kids.
shit is. I mean, they're all assholes.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're good
Roman's
characters. They're good
fucking
characters.
great.
They're good
Yeah,
characters.
meaning Roman
They're
is
good
fucking
characters.
hilarious.
It's just like the same storyline, and like once you like. That's the thing I sometimes hate about smoking pot, because like you start to watch a movie and you realize how bad the acting is.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like.
You don't like the acting in Succession?
No, I'm not saying
I was
that.
gonna say
I'm
Roman
not saying
is
that. I'm not saying
fucking-
that. I'm just saying it's
he's
like one
great.
of those things where you
Yeah.
just like it's the same storyline like
Yeah.
each season for me. So I wanted it to be something else. But you know what I can't stop thinking about is that nightclub that they go to
Yeah.
in New York, the one that they
Oh,
like
the
go,
sex
my-
club?
it's not really a sex club.
The one in the
Well,
tunnel?
the guy that he met his girlfriend there, but yeah, the one that they like go back. I'm like, do those
Yeah.
places really exist in New York? Like that was pretty cool.
That was a little stretched, but there's a lot of
well, in the
secret
limelight,
stuff.
there was craziness.
Of course, but that's insaneness in the limelight. That's what I was saying.
Well, there was clubs more insane than
right,
that.
but they were more underground clubs.
We
than
just
that.
didn't go to those.
Correct. Right. We used to do parties like that, but that was a little, I think, a little far fetched just for cinema. And don't get me wrong.
Oh well,
a lot-
Hollywood embellishes
Of
every
course.
time.
You know, they walked into a train thing to get
Yeah, I
into
thought
that
that
thing.
was
It
kinda
was
cool.
just a little, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. It was cool, but no.
Right. That's kind of when I stopped. That's kind of when I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
After that,
Yeah.
when the one brother decided he wanted to run for president.
Oh, he's who from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, that guy.
Connor. He's Connor in this show.
He's
yeah.
kind of hard to watch.
He is, of course he is. He's
all
supposed to be.
Of all the elements in the show, he's the hardest.
But they wrote him that way because
Yeah.
he's a good actor. He's acting like what
He is
they
a good-
want him to be.
He is a good actor.
Yeah, they're making him into that asshole douchebag.
He's got the cringe moments
he
of
does.
the squad.
He sure does.
Yeah.
He's cringy in almost everything he does. He's with a hooah. He married this hooah.
Yeah.
And that everybody knew that's what she was. I mean, of course. What are you talking about?
And she
Definitely.
plays that character pretty well.
Perfect. Yeah, she
actually
does. She plays it perfect. It really is, man. You know what?
They're all ice cold.
They sure are.
They're-
And
as
that's what I just
characters-
like. Yeah.
As characters, they're pretty ice cold.
Blaze.
Yeah.
What is the correct spelling of Hua?
I would go HU''ER.
Okay.
Is that how you see it?
Well, yeah, if you like phonetically, if that's what I mean, right?
I just want to know,
would
like,
go.
if I was to write this down,
Yeah.
like, this Hua.
HU''ER. Hua.
All right. The apostrophe.
There you go. That's what I would do.
Interesting.
All right. It's probably terribly off, but
Yes.
you know.
Hey, we want to thank everybody for checking in with us and getting down with the Dr. Greenthumb show. If it's your first time, welcome to it. If it's, well, we already know. If you're a 5150, we thank you for your time and support and love and all that stuff. We appreciate you always. Eric Bobo, you got shout outs?
Yes, I do. Shout out. Everybody catch me on the socials, on Twitter at Eric Bobo, on IG at Eric_Bobo, on Discord, Bobo's Corner, also on Social Club. Thanks to all the fans out there in Australia and New Zealand for coming out to the shows. We had a great time. Can't wait to get back. And good to be back here. And big ups to Team Icon, always representing. And Snacks and myself, we give you our support. Thank you.
Blacklist.
I just want to thank you guys so much for having me on, and I hope we get to do this again. And I
Definitely.
just want to thank all my followers for following all these years, and just for all your support. And just know that the platform is growing with you and with the industry. And if there's something that I can do better, then I'm always here for you guys. So thank you so much.
Word up. Bolton.
Shout out the Insane Asylum. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Ray Morning Shot Films. Shout out to the Dominator. And don't forget about the Blue Velvet Funky coming in the classic fatty and high roller size Friday at 420. What's up, Blaze?
Nothing. Shout out Blacklist. Thanks for coming through. We appreciate you coming out here and sharing what you shared with us. Bobo B, E-Zone, Treehouse Crew, Insane Asylum, 5150s. Everybody who works for my company supports our brand. We really appreciate that. And my family, much love.
Salute to everybody who tuned in this morning. Also, I'll see you guys tomorrow on the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. I'll see some of you guys and Whatnot later at 6 o'clock. Make sure you guys tune in for those of you guys that follow me on there. There's a lot of new merch on the website, including a couple hat pieces. Make sure you guys check it out. And the baller jars are stocked in. So go to highandhungry.shop or flavorsbyazone.com. And thank you, everybody who signed up to the Patreon for all the behind the scenes. That new Disneyland video drops on Friday.
Be about love. Swallow that.
Nice. That was beautiful.
BREALTV.